Mirage right now, even in mixes and gathers and facets and whatever. It's definitely one of those maps you don't have to theorize as much. You can take a lot of random duels, make a lot of random plays, and make sure that, hopefully they can create some chaos into NIP's defense and maybe frustrate them a little bit with these plays.
For sure. And then we saw the Nuke going to be the decider on their Overpass. Actually, let's touch on that in the sense that for Nip, right, it's always been a key pick for him. But even ZTR, when it comes to the young ninjas, that was the map where he was like known for what he would bring to the table.
Yeah.
And then a Nuke to end on as well, if we get there, is going to be one thing. But for Naza, obviously, if they've allowed it to go through it, if they've left it all that way through, it must be something they've got some practice on. But again, like you guys have mentioned, there is going to be a hell of a lot of learning for us here on this game. And realistically, we just want to see what Naza can bring to the table. Can you throw a big punch out towards NIP? Because anything you do when the world is kind of looking at you like, well, we don't know what's going to happen, then this is your time to show your very best foot forward, Pimp, right? You gotta display yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You got to display yourself, not only as a team, but also as individuals. Again, there's a lot of these players we don't see play Counter-Strike, often. Pokemon is a great example. I don't think I've ever seen him play on a server. Boris, of course, when he was an endpoint, you did get to watch him from time to time. But as you said, this is a big stage, It is a stage game as well. It is a LAN event, so you're gaining that experience. And let's be honest, right? NIP is most likely going to win this game unless some big surprise happens. But even if they are winning the game, then you can still have a good individual performance that is going to put you on the map, or that's going to give you confidence for the future whenever you face another top tier opposition or whenever you qualify for a big tournament. So in all honesty, it may sound a little bit condescending in a way, but Naza is a team that going into this game, they can only win. I mean, losing 16-0, 16-0 obviously is not good enough. That's going to be a bit of a disappointment. But even losing 16-7, 16-9, there's 100% some positives you can drag away, whether that being a couple of rounds, a couple of clutches, or an individual performance like we saw with Hachi from the game we just saw in Falcons, where you can say, okay, the player played well, the team didn't, but this guy has something in store for us. And that's what I want to learn from this game.
I actually have a question, Pimp. Do you think, let's just imagine here that Nasser does get that Mirage victory and NIP get that Overpass pick. Going into a Nuke as a third map, do you think this is a huge disadvantage for Nasser or advantage? Because there could be a very important knife round in there.
Yeah, I think it's a huge disadvantage. I still will claim to this day that Nuke is probably the map in the entire map pool that requires the most team play. I think it's a map where good teams get away with having less skill, if you know what I mean. Like Mirage is one of those maps where you can have great individuals that doesn't really understand all the dynamics of Counter-Strike. That communicates on a lower level than someone else, but you're still winning the game because Mirage is just inviting to all these duels. Whereas Nuke, rotation-wise, one player playing pawn ramp or one player not holding inside, the entire system falls apart. So I consider that to be a massive advantage for NIP. I'm going to be honest, while you described it right here, I would love to see it. I would love to see NIP being pulled out to Nuke just to see the reaction out of them and to see Naza getting some success.
I think it would be nerve-wracking,
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely. So there's a lot to look forward to, but first we have to probably see if Nasser can shine on Mirage and show us some of their individual flair against the NIP boys.
And you got to remember as well, right, that these guys are going to be under no pressure, right? Naza are coming into this knowing they're playing against one of the best teams in the world, and they can just sit there and say, okay, guys, look, we're coming to just do the best we can. Let's play the game we want to play, and let's see what damage we can do on a big stage. Something that a lot of us probably love to have that opportunity to do, So do we think that could be a bit of a helping factor? Or what do we think is going to be the X factor you look at here for Naza, Pimp?
I mean, individually speaking, right, the players just have to have a good time. And I think we could see that on the body language as well. We've been getting pictures from the teams, and you saw it right here, high fives going around. We've been laughing a couple of minutes ago. So I think they're relaxed, and I think they're comfortable, going into the stage. And for all things, just have fun, because they're individual skilled players. And if NIP is having a day off, then maybe, James, then just maybe there's a chance we get a bit of a surprise here.
Well, let's get into the game. Let's get into Mirage. And Copter, I am sorry. I know it's you now. It's you and Blair to take it away, but I'm expecting plenty of Pokemon memes from you both.
Pokemon memes, Banks. I'm not really good at my Pokemons, in all honesty. I do know a couple of them, but we're going to be jumping into Mirage, as our desk alluded to earlier, Copter. This is, of course, the mapping coming from Naza, and even though they are the massive underdogs here, this is the map where they could potentially pull off something crazy.
Oh, there we go with the first kills already coming on the board. 2 pistol kills. It's going to be Almazer who's going to find the trade, though. Pokemon's going to find one as well, so it's going to be 3 versus 3. But the crazy action's still going to go on. Jetia tries to find something, going to withdraw from the angle just a little bit, but it's going to be still 3 versus 3, and everything is still possible for the both of the teams.
Yeah, there is a kid in the hands of Broland, though, right? He's going to be sneaking on in. He has taken quite a bit of damage, though, but he's sneaking on up here, clearing out all the close angles, and now they have to make a bit of noise. They don't have a smoke to stick the diffuse as well. He's going to tap it, but he's going to be covered brilliantly by ZTR and Plopsky, and it's all on Pokemon. And unfortunately, he can't catch them all. In fact, he couldn't catch a single one of them.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Pikachu, but that's not
Pikachu,
on the
there we go. That's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, Pika. But yeah, that's the pistol rounds on Naza. I mean, they had a great start for it. They got the plant down still, so that is definitely something. And NIP just with a great end game there, getting those 2 final kills. That was definitely a very important ones. Of course, when Popsky find the Pokemon, but the 2 which came before that, a great performance. So it's gonna be a Naza.
Yeah, they're going to go for the Force Fire, right? Like, yeah, they got the bomb down. So this is interesting, though. They've gone for the 5 Galils, meaning the utility will be very sparse. They have a couple of smokes to work with, one of which will be deployed. And look at the push coming in here from the side of the CTs. A little bit of a glitch on the HUD, ladies and gentlemen, but of course Naza and NIP, you know, just have to flip it in your minds, and hopefully will be sorted out very, very quickly by production. But in the meantime, early duels going the way of the CTs, and it is going to be the bomb dropped out in the open.
Yeah, it's going to be the middle control coming all the way for the NIP side. Almazer is going to find 2. Rez and Braun's going to fall down. That's a great start of things. It's going to be now NIP down to 2. Just Chet TR and Easy Tag remaining for them. And we'll see. I mean, Naza, they're actually building from this situation. A great second round coming from there, forcing the issue with the Galils. They have picked one of the M4s as well, but it's going to be Chet TR who's going to make the situation more even. So 2 remaining on the both sides. The bomb is still going to be carried towards the B side. And I think the NIP, they have an idea. Yeah, they gotta be coming here.
They have to be. The thing is, ZTR is so very low, though, right? And so the one bullet in any part of his body can't take care of him. S-Attack spotting a player jumping towards the benches, and ZTR sweet time. S-Attack trying his best to keep him at bay, but they are chipping away at him, and he's been now whittled down to 10 HP. He's buying a lot of time for his teammates, so it's gonna come down to Pokemon to clutch it out, and this time around he will get the clutch. The 1v2 going the way of the Pakistani player, as they're gonna tie things up early on here.
Yeah, that's a great second round. I mean, Pokemon definitely bringing the value for the teams, finding those 2 final kills. Of course, they had the advantage of having more HP, but that just comes from the gameplay earlier on the round. They were just saving that energy, or saving the muffins as well. But yeah, there we have the replay shots, and those shots from Pokemon, they're gonna be just so important for the Naza. Definitely going to be building the team. We saw that they haven't been playing that much together in the past. They have some standings for the teams, but they're definitely just right filling in.
Well, that's a start for the side of Naza. Massive underdogs, even with the caveat that NIP are, of course, playing without their IGL. Hampus isn't here, and not just about the IGLing things. Like, he is the impact player for this team, even though they have stars in the form of Rez and Broland, right? So the Force by Wars, we saw quite a bit of Force by Wars in the previous game. You know, we saw Mouse going up against Falcons, and it's going to continue here on Mirage. Scout for S-Attack. For the rest of them, it's going to be 5-7's Deeg and the P250 for Mr. Broland. And for Naza, having, you know, winning a round this early, considering how massive underdogs you are, that's going to inject that much needed confidence for these guys.
Yeah, definitely. They need that. They need to build from this. I mean, they're getting the experiences. They are playing first time as this team. They don't have any track record, as we saw on the comparison of the stats. And NIP just playing with the pistols and 1 scout, so that is definitely an advantage for Naza. They can, you know, maybe try to get the early lead here, and that would be huge. Definitely a start which the NIP hasn't been calculating from. Just 40 seconds on the clock, although they can speed up things a little bit. They're approaching the B side. It's going to be Plopsky who's going to be holding it just behind the van, but there's going to be just way too many guys coming at the same time. Does he have a stand? No. Remind gets the early kill. Plopsky to fall down, and they can go for the plant.
Yeah, that's going to be the round right there, right? If Plopsky, though, he did his best to stay alive for as long as possible. And if he actually gets a kill there and somehow disrupts a take coming in from Naza, there is a world that the rest of his team's like, you know what, let's just go for this, let's attempt this retake, even though it would have still been a pretty rough attempt considering they don't have a singular kit. And there you have it, Naza will survive the force spy coming out from Nip. But that being said, the ninjas will, or ninjas rather, as you would pronounce it in Sweden, will go for the save, meaning that a danger hasn't fully been averted yet for Naza. They will take the lead, but they will still have to contend with the four spies, you know, these upgraded pistols and the scouts for NIP. Come round number 4. That being said, this is the start they were looking for.
Yep, definitely. I mean, we can go with the Swedish pronouncements as well. It's the brollan.
Yeah, that's how to pronounce it. But again, shout out to our sponsor CS Money as well. You know, if you want to make your CS:GO great again, at least if it comes to how you look in a server, you can upgrade, you know, update and enjoy yourself by going for the skins on CS Money. But we're going to be resuming with the game here, and of course we're going to have the saved pistols from earlier for NIP, and I did expect to see a bit of aggression, and indeed we will find that Brolan, or Brolan as I like to pronounce it, Copter, is going to be playing towards the underpass. I won't lie, man. Like, I feel like most Nordic accents kind of sound similar to me. It's very sing-song. I like it.
Yeah, just go with the normal ones though. Jet TR watching the angle. There's some people, of course, hanging around the A side, but the bomb is actually going to be moving at the same time towards B. It might be still coming to the mid from the base, but no, they're going to go all the way towards the B side. And there's nobody holding it. We can see Plopsky actually going for the marketplace. Meanwhile, some fake action happening at the A side. Boros going to get that very important kill because that was the first guy from NIP coming from the side, and the plan's going to be right there. So once again, Naza, of course, they have the guns, they have the lineup, and NIP, they didn't invest, but still they're getting the bomb on the ground, and they can just maybe extend the lead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, you can see NIP not really looking to commit to this, well, just got to be going for the exits, right? But they also don't want to give away any free kills. But that is a nice tap from the amazing Al Mazer. This, all right, Roland. He will at least steal away a Galil right there, so that's a small little win. But we will be seeing the buy coming in from Nip. I like how we had a bit of a split desk earlier, right? We had Pimp saying, even though, you know, NIP have a stand-in, if they don't win this series 2-0 convincingly, he's going to be worried. He's not going to be feeling great for this Nip side. At the same time, we had Devil Walk, who was like, there is a world, there is some parallel universe where Naza maybe steal away this map pick of theirs, which is Mirage. And again, it is Mirage. It's a map where we've seen some of the biggest upsets in Counter-Strike history, so we can never count out the underdogs. And they look pretty confident. You know, we had the interview as well from Pokeplayer. He was like, it's on land, we'll be fine. We have the individuals. And now is the time to see if they can make it work. Now, the buy is going to be coming out from Nip. If Naza, of course, have everything to work with.
Yeah, it's the first gun round we see. Plopsky still holding the B side. There's going to be some couple players watching it from the apartments, but they're not going to go for the side. The bomb is still undecided, right next to the television room there behind the mid. And I mean, Naza, they have taken the mid control as far as we can see. NIP holding 2 guys at the connector, just trying to find if anybody's going to be trying to lurk on the other side of the smokes. Plopsky making sure that nobody will be coming all the way from the B apartments. But I mean, Naza, they're going to play the time. Now they go with the utility is gonna just take away the people from their locations. Poker's gonna find that first kill, gonna be traded by Z-Tier though, and Roland, oh, he's gonna fall down. Boros gets the kill, Rez is gonna find the trade as well, and suddenly the kills just start to happen. The NIP, they have the manpower 3 versus 2, so Naza, can they still build something from here?
Almaze and Remind up, both of them still very much alive. They got the bomb, so Remind's going to buy a little bit of time, but it's going to be going out in the open, not waiting for his teammate to pop out from ramp, meaning Almazer now left alone in a 1 versus 3. Nate's going to be sailing in, not going to be dealing too much of damage, and S-Attack has got the smoke as well to extinguish the flames. It's going to be fine for now. Almazer, 30 seconds to work with. He's got time, but he needs to land the shots and the triangle of doom surrounding him, and that's going to be Nip winning their second round. Losing a couple of players as well, meaning they will have to repurchase their utility and whatnot. Great openings coming out from Pokemon, though. He's a player I've actually known for a while. You know, he's played a lot of the Asian RMRs, the Asian minors as well over the past number of years with a lot of the Arab teams. So this is an opportunity, like our Death said, for some of the individuals. Even if you don't get the win, if you can at least showcase what you have against a team like NIP, that's still something you can flex later on.
Yeah, they're definitely doing as we speak. And yeah, those early kills, they have been just pretty much on point. And the A side, of course, when you're completely alone in the middle of it on the end of the last round, it's not a place where you really want to be, but you got to be there if you want to get that plant. And there we go, we have the smokes coming in. We can see Nazers trying to lurk their way into the connector. ProFlash just watching if there's going to be anybody got from the backside. Pokemon tries to find the player from the B apartments. And yeah, slowly but steadily, Nazer is building. They have found the kills from Jet TR and from Brolan as well. They have all the full HP, and Boros, the man for the job. Rest is going to be taken down with a headshot all the way to the wall, and that's going to be just only 2 guys remaining in NIP. They have to make the decision. Do they want to save, for example, the AWP? They might have need for it later. But yeah, Nazer, they're just trying to lurk their way to the A site, as we only have done like 1 minute of the clock. So things can still change, but it needs to change fast.
Yeah, S-Attack. Oh, go for the dry swing, and Remine is so very lucky to be alive. And if I'm Nazer, you could potentially just go in for the hunt here, right? Here we go. The flank from around the corner. Plopsky able to at least reply back, but now it's all an S-Attack. 1 versus 3. They will hound him down, snatches away all the weapons as well, and Nazer, okay, all right then. We actually, man, have at least a map in our hands. This is a hell of a start, and individually as well, everyone's looking much more warmed up in the server as opposed to the Swedes and the solitary Dane in the form of S-Attack.
Yeah, I mean, they will just force the end. I mean, they're just coming through the smokes. They are showing that we don't fear you guys. You have the name. We don't. Okay. You guys, definitely. You came from Dallas. We have been just chilling here, getting a mixed lineup roster, and now they're showing what they're capable of. This is definitely the play for Nazer to show what they have, and they are doing excellent that. We don't see the NIP guys smiling much here currently, so they're just, realizing what might be the harsh reality as they will take the first tactical pause as well. So definitely Nazer, they gotta be feeling it right now. I mean, these guys, we can see they're smiling, they are happy, they're not really worried about the situation, so this is exactly, of course, what they were hoping for, and they do have the home crowd on side as well. We gotta be hearing all those cheerings happening at the backside next to the stage. Yeah, we hear you guys. It's gotta be all the way audible to the caster booth.
Yeah, for sure. Look, if they're able to pull off the impossible and take that NIP here today, right? We're gonna be having a crowd tomorrow. They're gonna be cheering for the local org, have the local players as well. And again, the individuals. Boros, this guy has been around the scene for a while. The hard carry of Endpoint, as the Des pointed out as well. And he hasn't really had to step up yet. It's been everyone else actually chipping in, which is great for Naza, and a little worrying for the side of NIP. They don't check for S-Attack. He's going to find one. They're still not checking for him. There's so much confusion. He's going to find another kill with a USP. They're still not clearing him. That is so unreasonable from S-Attack with the USP. 3 kills for him, and that is a huge round to win for NIP. Nazer are going to be a little shattered after that.
Well, Able, are you bored with the boring skins? I mean, if you want, you can go to hellca.se/getdubai and get a bonus for opening modern cases.
Well, I'll tell you where you can also find hell is when you don't check that corner and you get taken down there by S-Attack. Huge round. But yeah, of course, check out hellcase.com. You can use the code right there, GetDubai, to get yourself some pretty nifty skins. But right now, Nazer realizing that, sure, we've been off to a hot start, but you don't dot your I's and you don't cross your T's and you make a little bit of slip up, you don't check one angle, and you will be punished. And that's exactly where NIP did to them previous round. And that's a huge round as well, keeping a lot of them players alive as well. The AWP comes out for S-Attack, M4's bound for everyone else. And Nazer, though, gotta remember, Rez is in a rough position here. He might be able to find another one, but the trade is going to be immediate. Yeah,
it's going to happen, definitely. I mean, Nazer, they will not leave that one angle unchecked for the next time when they try to come to the A side from Palace. But yeah, 4 versus 4, so the trades have been happening. Still have 1 minute on the clock. The bomb's going to be still slightly starting to move from the T side. And it's going to be heading towards the A side for now. And the man for the job to clear out the A side is going to be Remind. He's going to be hiding on the pits. We can see Brolan just watching it from the closer distance, just right there on the other side of the smokes. So that is the very important angle. Brolan watching the Palace. Nobody's going to be pushing from there though, but they have to make sure that has been happening on the past 40 seconds. Nazer, they still have some time, but when the execute comes in, they will have to get the plant very fastly down before the troops going to be coming all the way from the B side.
Oh, the timing of that nade, it's going to deal so much damage to pro player Remind. It's going to be Brolan hiding inside a sandwich, able to just find the one though. Now it's a 3v3. Bomb will be planted. S-Attack, CTR right next to him, trying to go for the wall bang, but won't find anyone.
Yeah, there we go. The utilities. Proflef gonna be spotted by Easy Tag easily all the way to the box. It's gonna be connecting, and the guy falls down. But Boros and Pokemon, they are still there. They have full HP as well, so you gotta be feeling comfortable. They can try to play the time. They gotta try to play the angles. Just have to cover. But Easy Tag's gonna find Boros as well. Pokemon's gonna get that trade. But Easy Tag, that's the third kill already on the side, and he's gonna just clear all the enemies from there.
Yeah, like, you know, listen, a lot has been said about S-Tag and his AWPing prowess. He is kind of like the interim AWP for this team, you know, coming in with the entire device situation. And he's had his ups and downs, but that was a huge run coming out from him. He gets to wallbang to take down the diffuser, and then despite the fact that, this is really, really quick shots as well, right? Finding Boros, Pokemon, as well as the third as well. Great attempt at the retake, and they do suffer a few casualties. The money is still being kept quite honest by the side of Naza. For Naza, though, we have the Galil coming out. For the rest of them, just going to be pistols. But for the time being, it's pretty even Stevens. It's 4-4 for both sides, as ZTR is going to find the opening.
Yeah, that's a start. And there we go. Moore's going to follow. Bron's going to find Boros. So they have 2 fraggers down. Also, Almazer has been taking some damage as well, down to 26. So definitely NIP getting the early aggression on point. Still the Galleon on the hands of Proflef, but that's pretty much it. Tech 9 and the Deagle for the remaining players. They haven't picked the bomb. They haven't decided with the plan. And now they will try to go for it. But yeah, it's going to be a hard call when you don't have the guns. And of course, you don't have the manpower either. So the call is going to be difficult. And I mean, the B execution might be more likely, to be honest, because of course, Jettier, he's going to be just waiting here, so we'll see how they will line up. But that is usually the execution. He's going to spot it down, but it's going to be traded by Proflef immediately, and they might have a chance to even get the plant down. But there we go, the damage is going to come. Proflef, last man standing, gets the plant down. And meanwhile, NIP, they're just building all over the place, though, so they should be finding multiple different angles. And if Proflef can find the time, no, he cannot. It's going to be Easy Tag once again with that AWP, getting that great gameplay, which we just discussed during the last round as well.
Yeah, Nasser losing the 2 players early on the extremities of the map towards Ram, towards B apartments. Then, considering they had no utility, they had to kind of just rely on the trades, which they managed to do so, right? In the meantime, I'm sure, I don't know if you're an animation fan, are you?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, yeah. I mean, I have heard that they have some NFTs about it.
Yeah, if you don't know anything about NFTs, you can definitely check out the animation series, which can explain everything about NFTs to you. That is, let's take my muffin for you guys who are looking to read up or know more about that. In the meantime, I'm looking to know more about what Nasser has in store for us here, now that they have the guns out to play with. S-Attack! Can't really afford to miss those with shot, but he will not be punished. In the meantime, Rez being very adventurous towards top mid. He's got backup as well. Nade to sail on in. A flashbang should be called for, but no, it looks like they're going to be going for the contact play here. And timing is everything. The swing comes in. Rez able to find one. A follow-up nade. Able to deal even further damage onto Prople. And Rez and ZTR, considering how low they are, they will have to peel back. However, they do have the 2-player advantage.
Yeah, it's I mean, there was definitely a recipe for a bigger disaster. I mean, Rez with that angle, he could have got something else out of the situation as well. But yeah, Nazar, they just withdraw from it, and that's the right call as well. But yeah, they still have 3 guys remaining. A couple of the guys from NIP quite low on HP. Pro and watching the connector. Bomb's got to start moving towards the mid, and the smokes are coming in, so they will try to sneak their way maybe 45 seconds, and they don't have much of a time for everything else. Bron's hiding behind the boxes, and that Nazar, if they're gonna walk out of that gate, exactly, it's gonna be Remind actually finding Brawl, and he's just gonna be once again the guy who's gonna get that trade. Jettier connects but doesn't get the kill, but they will find them eventually, and that is NIP. They will hold the site, they will stay strong, and Nazar suddenly the early lead which they had, it has gone completely upside down. NIP now leading with 6-4 situation.
Yeah, 4 in a row. That was such a nice nade being lobbed in by S-Attack as well. Hope we can maybe see the replay there, but he just completely dunked the player who was pushing on in. Nasser having to, like you said, you know, trying to go for the cheeky contact, walk out through the smoke, able to at least catch Brawlan off guard, but S-Attack more than capable of hitting his shots, making up for one of the whiff shots early on towards Palace, and able to shut it down. First tactical timeout getting called here for the mixed team as they talk things through. You know, but as you said, great start initially, but the past few rounds it's been kind of NIP all the way. Sure, a couple of these rounds were kind of close, but starting to win a little bit more convincingly. And looking at the economic situation here for the side of Boros and his merry men, it's going to be just the pistols. A couple of them going for the, actually, majority of them going for the upgrade for the Kevlar. Probably still keeping a little bit of extra funds in his bank. No, all 5 players with the Kevlar. Pistols, a lot of utility. Is going to be an A execute coming out. They might actually get the bomb done because the 2 CDs are playing pretty passively on the A bomb side.
They gotta be fast with the moves. We can see that they are already just waiting there. They gotta get on the placement, the palace, but smoke's coming from red straight to block that visibility. So we can see definitely that the Remind, who's gonna be hiding there, doesn't have the view. Net's gonna be put on the pit. That's gonna take them a little bit further back, but they are still there. Oh, now they're gonna be going for it. More utilities gonna be getting out. A lot of stuff in there at the same time, and Naza there just getting on the side. Roland tries to spam all the way through the smoke. Not gonna be connecting this time as Rez just waiting there, waiting for that angle to come. They will see. He's gonna see the glimpse of them, and they will come. That's gonna be 2 already, and the 3rd. Oh yeah, he gets that with a deagle. Let's go, boys. Rez is back in business, and just Alzer and Remind remaining. And Rez, I mean, he tries to go for the ace even, but Jet is gonna spoil that party as Remind falls down. And Almazer, he needs to rethink the whole position. The final shots are coming in, but Almazer, he's still standing until easy tag. He comes with AWP, and that party, that is just spoiled.
Yeah, great stuff, great hold there. And a flashbang, you saw what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to push him through the smoke, but the flash was so deep and Rez was just pushed up inside of the smoke. A massive gap as well for the jungle smoke, and it's going to be pretty easy 3K for Mr. REZ. NIP 7 and 4 for Naza though. They get the guns out. It was a half buy after all. They got the AK-47s, a lot of utility as well. Topcon smoke early on, a faster pace being set here, and that's going to catch Brolan off guard. Shot control lost as well, as Naza early man advantage and still 1 minute and 35 seconds to work with. They can literally do whatever they want, but someone needs to retreat at C4 early on because no one's there in the back lines.
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, what I love to see here is that these guys from Naza, they have these tricks on their sleeves which we don't know about what they're capable of, and sometimes, you know, this kind of early aggression, and the NIP was not ready for it, and there could be similar things happening later on as well. So definitely I'm going to be watching that with my second eye at least. Rez is going to be once again watching the connector, finds Profile though, so that's going to be now the first end kill coming his way. Alman's just going to trade that down. So Naza, they are still standing. They will try to go for the A set, but they haven't yet picked the bomb.
Oh, this is so patient from ZTR. I love it. He's getting so much information. He's conveying it to his teammate. He knows there's one on the side, and to reposition himself as well. Now they know where both two of the T's are. And while you say that, one of them has to go back. Indeed, it's going to be Boros. But ZTR, he is playing a brilliant game right now, just delaying them. And the thing is, because they have no one towards T-spawn, they have to make sure that they at least find, they retrieve the bomb. They're going to take the sweet time. And ZTR is playing a god-tier freaking round right now. He conveys information to his teammate towards CT. That is Plopsky to get the kill, and he still hasn't shown his hand. And Pokemon, his days are numbered. Boros will finally strike to find S-attack though, but the bomb is actually getting planted towards the B side. And somehow, Naza have been able to evade the CTs. That was so well played by ZTR, but it still might be for naught.
But it's almost the same angle which EasyTac was using earlier, so they gotta check that side definitely better. What's happening at the balcony and under the balcony as well. Boros with AWP is gonna find Jet TR. That's gonna leave Plopsky completely alone, and Naza, they have a chance to end the streak for NIP. 1 versus 2. Plopsky gonna be wondering how he's gonna play that down, gonna be waiting if they will come. So he seems to be waiting for the exit frags, and this should be the 5th round coming for Naza as they are moving down. Gonna find that head. Still one coming from the market. Boros with AWP is gonna be the challenger as Plopsky just holding that angle, gets the kill, but the bomb's gonna go off. And Naza, they will get the 5th round, but it's gonna be very expensive for them because they will lose all the guns.
That was so well done by ZTR. I feel so bad for him that Naza opted to go towards the B bomb side. Oh, that's, well, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. In the meantime, you guys can go to, of course, healthcase.com, where there's a giveaway in celebration of GT to buy. You can pick up one of those fancy skins. I don't even have any fancy skins, but you guys can, as we jump into round number 13. 7-5. NIP still have the 2-round lead, but this has been pretty damn competitive, and I am loving it. Naza once more going for the fast take towards mid. ZTR, though, trying to find a little bit of an angle to get a kill onto Proplay, but I don't think he's quite able to spot him. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, not too sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. I mean, the smokes are there. I don't think that he's seeing it currently, but definitely information will be coming out. Boros gonna find that duel, and Rez is gonna fall down. Bron's gonna find Boros though on the other side of the smokes as well. Gonna find the second one. Bron's gonna find the third one as well. Probos gonna fall down, and Just Remind and Pokemon, or Pikachu as we can call as well, they're gonna be remaining. No, just Pokemon anymore as Remind falls down as well. And Pokemon, he's right there on the middle, gonna try to have that battle, but Jet just gonna be completely disagreeing with him. And there we go, NIP. The short fun of Naza getting that one round is going to be ended, and NIP, they will come back as the winners of that round.
What a round from Brolan. What a round. This time around, he doesn't get caught off guard. 4K. Could have easily got the ace as well, but gets stolen away by his teammate. But still, huge round from the young Swede. As we head into the penultimate round here of this first half, NIP. Despite the hiccup in the previous round, they're able to still string a number of rounds together. And for the side of Nasser, you know, no bomb down. Lost bonus not quite good enough to go for a full-fledged buy. Splovsky just looking to lob the nade the moment he sees a sliver of the tease. A flashbang should be the tell. Lobs it in, but they wait for it. That's smart from Nasser. They're going to burst on out, though. 2 flashes in the smoke to work with, but they're going to be walking into this crossfire between Plopsky and Mr. ZTR.
Yeah, very small amount of damage from that nade. Naza's gonna slow down things, gonna try to make them believe that they are not here, but they cannot hide. I mean, they gotta come out from somewhere, and now they're gonna be here with the footsteps. Jetgr with that angle. Plopsky's waiting next to the van. Boros gonna be banned for the job, gonna fall take him down with a Tech 9. Jetgr finds one, so it's gonna be still 4 versus 4 until Braun has something to say about it, but yeah, the damage is there, but no kills, so they still have the manpower.
The thing is, like, all of them are turtled up together, and at close range, his pistols can be deadly, right? Rez coming in from the apartments, and Pro Player, he's got a great angle to find. Headshot, one miss. Rez just running on out with a wide swing. Molotov's going to flush out the T inside of the bench. It's going to come down to Pokemon. 34 HP, but he will be found out. It's all on Boros. 1v3. Brolan at 2 HP. Tech 9 can deal a lot of damage, but he will find none. Brolan with a 2k alongside ZTR. They get to 9. And for Nasser, though, you deal a little bit of damage to get the bomb down, so they will have Oodle to cash to work with come round number 15. But still, a 6th round would make life so much more easier for them heading to the second half.
Yeah, I mean, that peek which he made behind the van, and he was not ready to see the enemies, to be honest. He was just like, oh, they're actually there. I'm going to go back behind the van, but it's going to be too late when you have 2 NIPs hunting you down. So there was nothing he was able to do at that point anymore, even though he had a Tech 9. Yes, he can get 1 player down, but you have 2 guys lining up. It's going to be very hard. You cannot like do the spray transfer as you can do with the AK, for example. But there we go. The last round of the first half is going to be starting. Now we have the buy on the both sides. Nazar's going to be having full Kevlars and the helmets as well. Easy attack. He's going to be hungry for the kills. Finds Boros. That is an important one, definitely. Opening up the side. The bomb's going to be still staying at the mid as the 3 players from the Nazar side as well. Proflef going to be waiting for it. Oh, there's just a bit of smoke between, and they don't yet see, but something tells me that Proflef might find himself in trouble as he's going to walk on the other side of the smokes, and Jetgr is going to be ready for it. So 1 by 1, Nazar, they're going to be losing some players, and they have to regroup, they have to make a push, and they have to surprise NIP somehow.
They're grouping up together though. Pokemon leading the charge. Flashbang is an easy tell. The 2 players coming out from ramp, and now, yeah, the jig is pretty much up here. And Brolan will strike. Great flash from ZTR, and Brolan to finish it off. Beautiful 3k there, and it is going to be NIP back to the winning ways. 10 rounds here on the CD side of their opponent's map pick.
And 10 rounds ago, these guys were not smiling. They took a timeout. Now we can actually, the guys, yeah, this is going well. We are catching up. Okay, not catching up. They're building the lead. And that they are definitely happy how the flow of the game is going currently. I mean, this is the 3rd time when they use the lower floor of the balcony in a way, and they're hiding there. And that is a place which Nazar has been checking that often, because that's the same thing that once again they will leave player there unchecked, and he's going to be, of course, doing a huge amount of damage, getting all the kills as well.
Such a cool route from ZTR as well inside a connector. Very easily dodging the flash into cons, and then his own flashbang enabling Brolan to pick up that very comfortable 3k. For Nasser though, 5 rounds in the T side, it's not too shabby at all. If they can somewhat convert a pistol, start building a few rounds in a row over here, we could potentially still see a reasonably close series, but now Nip on the T side. We can see S attack and ZTR. A ton of utility between the 2 of them. 2 smokes, a couple of flashes and a Molotov. Everyone's setting up for what should be a B play. And you can see ZTR just trying to sell a little bit of a fake towards A. You see the smoke for jungle, the Molotov inside a window as well, but a hit coming in towards B, and Pokemon getting caught off guard.
Yeah, and he's changed place. Finds one. Can he find the second? No, it's going to be traded. And suddenly, there's a lot of dead bodies on the floor. Still 4 guys from Naza actually standing. So NIP has been getting the casualties. Jet, TR, Easy Tag still remaining. So Naza, they are still standing, but Easy Tag's going to find that shot all the way from the B apartments. So we'll see. It's going to be a little bit more closer situation, 2 versus 3.
Thing is, for NIP, right, they still have a lot of time to work with. And Almaze down to 40 HP. The USP duel with ZTR. Nice little movement there. Oh, that is so smooth from ZTR. Making his way up, and Rima's not going to be expecting this. Oh, that was so well done by ZTR, but not quite able to connect his bullets. So it's going to come down to S attack. And immediately gets executed by Pro Play. We said a pistol round is something they needed, and they will indeed find it.
Yeah.
It's 10-6 here as Naza look to try and claw their way back and try and like minimize the lead NIP have.
Yep, definitely. I mean, just like you said, something they needed, and now they can try to build on it. Let's see the buys when they're coming in. Is NIP going to try to force the issue, or what's the case here? That we got to be figuring out just in a matter of seconds. And I mean, if Naza's going to be getting a second round in a row, that's going to be huge. They will get 4 FAMASs, 1 SMG, and NIP is going to be saving all the time. So they just they didn't upgrade the pistols. I think 1 Deagle, if I see correctly. Not even that, actually. They don't have none of those. So Naza, they definitely have a huge advantage from the weaponry side of things. And NIP, they got to play it slow, but we know, I mean, they can definitely still, you know, get the round on their side, get a couple of the guns with the pistols, and then they can change the whole momentum. But until then, Naza, they should have this, but you never know.
Yeah, although it is gonna, in my opinion, even though we're talking about its NIP side with like players like Plopsky and Brolan and Rez, it is gonna require pretty much a miracle if they're able to convert this. You know, Glocks all around. The P250, a little bit of damage. I say that the Glock is actually gonna find Boros. Almazer out in the open, needs to be careful. And suddenly, you said it, the Glock's dealing so much of damage. And the P250 in the hands of Mr. S attack, looking to tag away as the bomb will be planted amongst all the chaos. That's a win. That is a win already for NIP. Getting 2 kills and the bomb plant, considering they had no investment apart from the P250. $300 investment and a bomb down and 2 kills. That is just a huge takeaway for NIP.
I mean, the plant going down and the guy just immediately running there. It's like, oh, I left something on the stove at the kitchen. Just forget it there. He was running that fast, almost like there would be a fire. And basically, he's completely right, because the bomb would be definitely a huge explosion and a fire. But still, like, you know, just, I forgot something. I gotta go and get it.
Well, NIP though, you know, because they got the bomb down at the very least, they have the money to work with, and now we will have to buy. They would have had the money to go for the buy anyway, but now they're afforded that extra bit of cash for that extra bit of utility they'd be looking to deploy. And the tag timeout getting called, the second one getting called here by the Swedes as their coach DJO, who has been very instrumental in this, in the rise of NIP, so to speak, right? Like even though they don't have Hampus, the IGL right now, they still have ZTR, who's going to be calling. They also have Brolan, who does a lot of mid-round calling for his team, the secondary voice for this lineup, considering how young he is still very experienced. And 10-7, still, you know, they still have the lead. And at least on paper, it still should be the favorites. For Naza, though, it is going to be the bit of a bonus round. MP9, 3 FAMASs, and A1 in the hands of Almazer. Blinded, and vision obscured. He will have to fall back. Oh no, that is so unfortunate. The flashbang from his teammate, the timing was off, and Boros got blinded, and a free kill gifted to NIP. But with this push coming in from the CTs, that is pro play. That's quite a bit of information being gleaned. That could allow his teammates to go for a bit of a stack towards B.
Yeah, they're going to hold these angles. Let's see what the NIP wants to do. The bomb's going to start moving in. B might be the target, but we are not completely sure. They can still go for the basement, but it seems that they're actually heading, well, they're holding, they're waiting. There's going to be the pushes coming around. We do have a player on the side. There's going to be Pokemon who's going to be holding B, but 2 guys lurking towards the market as well, Almazer and Remind, and they're actually entering the side as well. So NIP, they have to make a decision. They still have time. They're going to bait a little bit, wait for it, get any audio cues they can. But Naza, of course, making sure that they will not be detected. A is actually pretty free, and Jet TR at the same time going to be having a peek from the connector, so it's going to be realized that there might be space here, but the Pokemon's going to find Brawl at the same time, so something's going to go down on the B short, as Pokemon's going to spot the guys from the apartments as well. Rez is going to find Pokemon, so the B side, there's more people than they're expecting, and the shots are coming in. Alma's just going to be finding 2 of them, Remind getting 1, and now it's just all up to Jet TR. Doesn't have the bomb, he was coming all the way from the market, from the A side. 1 versus 2, so yeah, he needs to get the guns blazing and just find those kills. We'll find 1, but it's going to be Almanzer. That's going to be 3rd kill already him for on the round, so definitely a huge performance coming in, and just like you said, Black, it's going to be the bonus round there, getting the points, and kind of the buy of NIP gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, even though Boros got caught by his own teammate's flashbang, the fact that we saw a pro player actually push towards apartments, right? And he's like, towards palace rather. Just like, hey, there's no signs of life towards palace, and even though they didn't have any eyes towards ramp or towards mid, they went for a calculated gamble going for the B stack, and Nip just walked in into the 3 CTs holding there. And considering it was a bonus round, yeah, that's a massive, massive round for Nasser. And now for Nip, gonna be the pistols once more. However, that being said, it's the Deagles. Can be very deadly in the right hands, as we saw earlier for Mouse. As Boros just goes for a tri-swing and catches Brawl. And there should be another round in the bag here. And listen, I want to go back. This should be a round for Nasser, but I just want to go back to what our Dust was speaking about, right? When we had Devil Walk and Pimp talk about how for Nasser, getting like 7 rounds or maybe even 8 is going to be a win. It's going to be, you know, a great thing to be kind of proud about, considering they have the stand-in situation coming in. They have actually 2 stand-ins coming in. They're the unknown team over here. This is 10-8. It should be 10-9 right now. This is a game. We have a game in our hands here, and that is insane.
Yep, that is definitely amazing. I mean, Naza, if they can make this double digits, as I think they can, definitely. I think Pink was also mentioning that they do have a chance of 2-1 from his behalf as well. Plop with a huge kill streak coming in a row. Plopsky, Easy Tack, and Jet TR all gonna fall down in a 1 single magazine of M4 bullets coming his way. So that is exactly 9-10. Now, NIP is still on the lead, but Naza, they gotta be feeling it right now. They gotta be happy. I don't know what they expected. They said on the interview that, yeah, they do believe that they have what it takes, but you know, who would go to the interview saying, "No, we're gonna lose it"? Of course, they think that they gotta believe that they're gonna be able to win that one. Of course, the panel, they didn't completely agree with that comment, but Naza, they're just completely proving that they do have a chance.
And it's totally understandable. Like, if I was at a desk, even I would have agreed with Pimp and Devil Walk, because for Nasser to even take a map here is going to be a statement, and also very damning overall for NIP, because, you know, they did play IM Dallas. I do have to allude to what Pimp mentioned as well. He said at Dallas, the team they beat was Complexity, a team who has been struggling, who also got knocked out earlier on in the day today here. So it's going to be it's going to be a very obvious tell as to how Hampus is such an important part, a cog in the machine for Nip. Remind, getting forced out by the Molotov, not having a smoke. And if you're going to be holding that position, if you don't have a smoke or a teammate nearby to smoke it off for you, you're kind of in a rough spot there. So, despite ZTR getting whittled down to 18 HP, man advantage getting gained by Nip early on. Boros in a good angle though. They might not be expecting the second player here.
Yeah, I think he came from the ladder room, I guess, because he has been playing B shots, so he has made the flank all the way here. Easy Tack has no idea, so Boros should be ready for this, and they are just, you know, lurking there, putting the utilities on the connector, and Boros, he's gonna be ready. There we go. That's the first kill coming, and he's not gonna show himself. Just gets the kill. Pokemon's gonna be there as well, but Rez is gonna trade that down. But I mean, the damage towards Nick, it's already there. NIP down to 2 players, and Rez completely alone on the apartments. Bomb is gonna be coming meanwhile, but also Naza is coming as well, and they're trying to find it down. Rez is gonna be engaging the battle, finds Boros, so 2 versus 2.
This is huge though, right? Our Rez now, he's pretty much doing everything single-handed, looking for the 4th kill, and now it's a 1v1 and a timing perfect peak from Roland. Oh, that was all Rez. That was all Rez for NIP.
Yeah, great round. I mean, both sides getting the damage, but NIP is still in there and finding those important kills and getting a point on the board. Definitely 1 round more. So 11-9. That's the situation. So Naza not going to be getting those double digits, but I mean, like you said, Rez finding those kills. I mean, Alvarez, he had a chance to save the whole situation, but yeah, the second shot just didn't leave from the WP at all, unfortunately, and well, the deal was done. But yeah, now we still have the NIP taking the tactical pause. That's the 3rd one already. But yeah, they're going to be just maybe leaving Naza to soak a little bit, swallow on that feeling. We lost the round. What are we going to do? NIP is getting away. And that's how the team's going to definitely use the timeouts as well.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate as well for Naza. Maybe if they go back and they watch a demo, they watch that round, they realize it just came down to the timing. The AWP was trained inside of apartments, and when the C4 carrier was coming in, he should have been taken down, but he unscoped, or rather moved his crosshair away at the worst time possible. So, NIP, they managed to steal a win, coming down to the 1v1, coming down to the heroics of Rez. The stars of this team. Roland just spotting, flirting with dangerous. Almeza will be spotted. And this is such a pivotal round for both teams. If you look at the money, both Naza and for NIP, so very low. Like, they're basically scraping the bottom of the barrel. Whichever team comes out on top of this round, they're going to have pretty much a guaranteed free round come the next. For NIP, that could be a guaranteed 13 round, could be a 13-9. But if Naza are able to somewhat get this round, they could easily tie things up with the Swedes. It's looking like they are kind of posturing a little bit more heavier towards B, right? You have no one playing towards the A ramp or the palace position. They have Roland towards the top mid, looking to cut off any rotation, work with ZTR to find someone, and S-Attack with the op, looking to find the opening.
Yeah, it is quiet before the storm. But soon it's going to be starting to happen, definitely. Almeza not going to miss that shot, so the first one's going to fall down. Pop's going to trade that, and Remind is going to be also on point. So NIP getting the early casualties. Going to lose 2. Naza, they're going to still hold the site. NIP, they still have an idea. As Jet here comes from the short, finds the kill. Oh, it's got almost Almeza fighting that one. There we go, that's the final shot, and Rez is going to trade that one. So still 2 versus 2. I mean, just these trades going on all the time. And just only Jet TR remaining as Rez is going to fall down. He's going to be trying to have that battle. It's going to be complicated as Boros gets the kill. And Naza, they're going to make that to 10-11. And now they do have that chance. Exactly what Blake said. They have a chance to take that 11 because NIP, they should be at least saving or at least getting a very, very forced buy with the not with the most optimal equipment at all.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to come down to the pistols here for NIP. And for Naza, they're going to tie things up. This is crazy. I won't lie. Like, this is so crazy. And when we get back to the desk, I want to actually see Pimp and Devil Walk's faces, because this is something none of us really expected. Even when you're hypothesizing it, we were just talking about, what if, what if they bring this one? But it is looking very much within the realms of possibility here, as Boros is going to find Roland. Just the pistols here for NIP. A bomb plant, a couple of kills would already be a win. And as long as Naza don't get too over-eager, as long as they don't allow the bloodthirst to really dictate their actions, this should be a round here. Proplay able to find one. Is getting hunted down though, and ZTR, he picks up the op. Now it's a 3v2. Op in hand, Plops give the deagle. But Almeza, more than capable. Down to Plopsky, the 1 versus 2 has to go for the reload. He's getting hunted down, and Pokemon will finish him off. The MP9, it's super effective, and with that, they will survive a bit of a scare. A little bit of over-eagerness coming out from Naza, right? Looking to farm those kills and almost getting punished by NIP. But Naza now, oh boy, they tie things up. This is getting interesting. This is getting very interesting.
Yeah, it's tied to 11. And I mean, when you have a team like NIP, such a legendary name in front of you, of course the players have changed, the rosters have changed, but still there's so much CS history on that name. And then you have Naza, like a challenger, definitely a challenger, and they're just coming and tying up on 11. That is, these guys are living the dream right now, right here on server, here in Dubai. They're just doing the absolutely what people maybe not have been expecting, but a great, amazing gameplay coming in. And now we can see that they're holding the A side. NIP kind of haven't decided, gonna start moving the bomb a little bit, but they're gonna try to play the time just a little bit still before they will go for the pushes, and Jet TR just trying to find any angles. But Naza, they're very well keeping themselves hiding. They don't really show the positions. We saw this happening on the last round as well.
Proplay being, he's being very adventurous. These plays from Naza are like, it almost feels like getting away with murder at times, right? There's no one to back him up. He's all alone, Proplay. He just walks out dry towards ramp, doesn't find anyone. Now you got to understand, Boros is very low in health, right? So the AWP, he's going to be the one wielding it. Bogdan Slaw coming into play. Almeza with the A1, and Almeza, he just goes for the tap. His spider sense starting to tingle, and he's like, there might be someone in the smoke. Zeta is going to be caught. Remind finds Broland, and now it's a 3v4. fall. Look at how low Boros is. Look at how low Remind is. Look at how low S-Attack is. A lot of them internally hemorrhaging. Almazer out in the open will be found by Plopsky. Plopsky will finally eventually burn alive, bringing it down to 2 versus 2. S-Attack 5 HP. The flashbang is going to be so good. And what a recovery from NIP. Played to perfection. And Nasser, that was rough there. That was so rough. They had so many opportunities, but NIP able to shut it down, and more importantly, their money is in the bin for Nasser.
Yeah, I mean, for a while I really thought that EasyTech's gonna get the wipe, the spray transfer. Rez was helping there, gets the final kill, but I mean, EasyTech, he would have got the other one as well if Rezen hasn't been just faster than him. But now we go for the next round. It's going to be NIP now finally back on the lead. 12, 11 AKs on their side. Nazar only holding with 2 SMGs. They have some Deagles, couple of them. Very few utilities, some Kevlars, but not so many helmets. So it's definitely a difficult hold. So NIP, they can definitely take this to 13. Rez is going to find the early frag. Propel is going to fall down. Almazer just holding that place. Tries connect with a Deagle. It's going to be too hard as Rez is going to find him down. So only 3 remaining for Nazar. And NIP, they have gone without any damage so far.
That being said though, Boros, edge of the smoke, able to spot Brawl and unable to find the kill. That being said, NIP have complete control of this A bomb site, and that is a very ballsy call from Nasser, right? They went for the force spike there, meaning if they lose his weapons, it's got to be full eco. It's going to be NIP potentially getting around number 14. Hence, we will see Boros, Remind, and Pokemon trying to hold on to these weapons. That being said, they're still posturing pretty aggressively. They have a smoke, couple of smokes, no kits, however. This is very optimistic.
Yeah, the time is going to be definitely a problem. Reyes hiding behind the boxes, NIP, they just have like a 2-2 split on the A side, and that is just so deadly if they will decide to go inside. We can see that there's going to be Boros lurking on the connector.
Okay.
Easy check. Pokemon, what is going on? He's going to drop down 3. Oh my god. Remind's going to finalize the deal. NIP still gets the round, but what is that damage coming out of these guys? They're just absolutely nuts.
Pokemon, he uses the Deeg. It is super, super effective. But unfortunately, it was just the exits, but still. Oh, these are some really cool shots coming out from the Pakistani. The sole Pakistani in the team. And you can see a little bit of a shake of a head from Reza. It's like, listen, guys, we had that round, and we could have won it without really losing too many players. So, punishing Nip by taking away a few weapons, but still, it will be the round for the side of NIP. They will still get to round number 13. But they have dealt quite a bit of a slap to the economy of the Swedes. Tactical timeout getting called here for Nasser, though. I think they were able to retrieve a couple of weapons as well, so things could get interesting. Listen, individually speaking, the Nasser guys, they're cracked, man.
I mean, Pokemon, that's a pet, right? In a way. So, please feed me. That's what he's going to be saying. And there we go. 3 NIP is coming straight on his, line of sight. But that's going to be definitely some food for the pets. And Pokemon's going to be, of course, getting the daily dinner. But now they will have to come back to the game. They still need the rounds. They got the kills, but they didn't get the point from that one. And that is, of course, very unfortunate. But that's how the time is going to be making things more complicated. Almazer doesn't have a gun, okay, doesn't have a Deagle, but doesn't have a rifle or the SMG or anything like that. So they need to pick up something. Also NIP, they have lost already Chet TR, so he has fallen down. So the early kill is going for Nazar.
This is so well done, though, right? Like, Rayman getting the kill, lobbing the smoke, and tossing his AK to Pokemon. Now, we've seen what Pokemon can do with the Deagle. This is such a ballsy call from Nasser to go for the force buy, right? Like, I was worried they might be force buying their way into oblivion. But NIP, though, they're trying to call Nasser's bluff. They're like, alright, we lost B apartment's control, and Nasser might be rotating back towards A, and Broland's making a lot of noise here towards the mid position. You're going to use his smoke towards Con to at least find a pick. Nasser's showing nothing. And 2 CTs, though, holding the line. And here's the thing. The 2 CTs at B, they're the ones with the AK-47s. They're the ones with the rifles. So NIP could be walking into a trap. They could be walking into just a shredding factory, but Plopsky, being patient, finds Pokemon. It's going to come down to Remind.
Yeah, they tried to boost there, and that was, of course, backfiring heavily. Remind's going to be still there. Finds the kill. There's going to be more coming in, but Plopsky's going to be man for the job. Once again, Bro's going to find, meanwhile, one at least. And Broland's going to trade that down. It's going to be just a lot of action happening. Broland, the last man standing for NIP, doesn't have the bomb. And Nazar, they're holding the bomb on the side.
Time.
Yeah, the time is running out. So this is, I mean, Naza, they are making the 12th round on the board. And that is huge. I mean, just one round of a gap. Imagine if they can actually force this. I mean, of course, let's not go too far away, but imagine the overtime between these teams. I can see that happening.
Honestly, if it goes to OT, I won't lie. I feel like Nasser might be the ones with a mental edge. The fact that they've managed to force it to OT, but right now they could even be going for the win here. They could be taking their map pick against the Ninjas in pajamas. What a play by Boros, all right? Like, we spoke about the 2 AK-47s on the bomb side. It was actually the FAMAS putting in all the work there. And despite Roland trying to be the distraction towards mid, unfortunately, it was too far away. You can see the final tactical timeout. Nasser have pushed NIP so much here that they're using all 4 of the tactical timeouts of DGL to talk things through, tell his team, all right, listen, guys, like, we can't let this slip out of our hands. Losing a map here to Nasser, look, I don't want to take anything away from Nasser, but at the same time, if you're NIP, this should not be allowed to happen. Because, yeah, sure, you have a stand-in. Nasser have 2 stand-ins. So what is even going on here is what DGL's probably telling his team. We will have the eco coming up. Roland, he had the saved AK-47, meaning he didn't get the bonus money. 0 funds to work with, but at least he has that AK. And as long as he's got that rifle, he will be dangerous. One of the best riflers from Sweden, and he's looking to take the fight single-handedly. He's going to use the mid-smoke here. Almazer aware of this. He's trying to find him in the smoke. Roland with a perfect read, but the double peek comes in, and that's an AK-47 neutralized.
Yeah, that is only pistols for NIP right now. They're going to be coming for the A side. It's going to be Roros finding 1. There's going to be more action happening. And the guys are going to be trying to get on the side. They will breach, but it's going to be wiped down immediately. Naza, they will make it 13-13. Of course, NIP, they only had 1 AK, but still, what a wipe coming in. The 4 guys remaining tried to go to the side, but just completely denied.
Absolutely denied. A bit of a flex coming in. It was just a pistol so for the other 4 plays, but still, listen, man. If you're Nasser, you're cheering for every frag. You are excited for every single kill, every single round you win. Round number 27 coming into play. Scores tied up, 13 apiece. The buy coming in from NIP, but because Roland had saved the AK-47 and he lost in the previous round, he will just have the D, Kevlar, and some utility to work with. ZTR looking to challenge Almazer, but the smoke obscuring his vision. So Nasser not really looking to take any early duels towards mid. They know it's to buy, and they know this is their opportunity to get to the round number 14.
Yeah, and NIP just slowly but steadily coming towards the A side. The bomb moving here on the pit area. 2 guys still going to be holding the mid, and some smokes are going to be going out, so maybe they will try to breach the connector at the same time. That just might be the play. Almazer putting some smokes on the pit as well. We do have Plopsky hiding there on the palace. Not sure they have 2 guys on the side just waiting there. 1 on the Tetris, 1 behind the ticket booth. That's going to be completely fine. And that now Boros also coming to the jungle as well, so they have a 3-man crossfire, and that could be devastating. Boros going to be finding the backside soon. He was going to be seeing 1, and the second, the 1 as well. Pop's going to break that down. Boros going to find a shot with the eagle as well, but Almos is going to be man for the job. We'll find the angle all the way towards the palace entrance, and Reyes gets him down.
The trades will still take place, so it's still a 2 versus 2 here. Popsky aware of where Remind is, and Pokemon making his way in from mid. Smoke's going to obscure his vision for the time being. Great flashbang being lobbed in by Plopsky. S-Tag able to chip away at Remind, but not quite able to get the kill. Now Pokemon once again having to go big here. He's been so instrumental in some of the rounds that Nasser have been able to win, but he's going to be patient. S-Tag taps the bomb, but the smoke's going to dissipate. The flashbang's going to be a tell us where one of the CTs are. It's still not confirmed. They still don't know where it is, but with Remind getting taken down, they know where the final CT is. It's all in Pokemon. Crossfire is really good. Swapping over to the Nate at the worst time possible. He knows where S-Attack is. Nate getting lobbed in. Will deal a bit of damage, quite a bit of damage, but not quite able to confirm the kill. S-Attack and Plopsky, both 59 HP. Pokemon, the longer he takes, the longer he's going to be worried about where Plopsky might have gone towards. He has a smoke in a kit though. He needs to find a frag, but Plopsky will deny him. Massive 3K, massive round coming out from S-Attack and Plopsky, and that's a crucial round to win for NIP. 14-13. Still, just a 1 round separate these 2 teams.
Yeah, I mean, great play from the both sides, and definitely was 2 versus 2, but then in the end, NIP just getting those kills on the way, and once again the final kill came right next to the Palace entrance, so that is definitely a weak spot on Nazar's playbook. This time it's just the T side for NIP, not the CT side, but still they managed to use the same angle. And yeah, NIP, if they will get one more round, then they're going to be getting 15, and they will try to, of course, force the first map for them. But yeah, it's not yet over. Both sides are getting the buy. The money is going to be definitely a problem for Nazar. It's going to be a problem for NIP as well if they're going to lose this one. So
Yeah.
a very important round, because if Nazar's going to win that one, that's going to be 14-14, and then they kind of like have the advantage and can take it all the way to 15.
Short spray though from ZTR, 4 HP, but he will survive. The problem for Naza is if they lose this round, their money is going to be in the bin. Boros finds one, Boros finds two, and pro play with the A1 pushed up in, and you blink and you miss it. Naza, 4 seconds, 5 kills going the way of Naza. They tied things up. It was a round they desperately needed to win, and they do so. And I said the money could be grim for Naza if they lose it. The money right now is grim for NIP. They will have to just wield the pistols and armor, or else they'll have nothing to work with come round number 30. Okay, alright Naza, that's a turnaround.
And if you look at the player cameras, you see the pictures, that is pure happiness. That is pure happiness. They are just enjoying it, they are loving it, and you know, they are just doing what not so many guys were actually expecting. They gotta get a technical pause, so they can wait for a while, they can, you know, chill, cool down, actually, you know, gather their thoughts, because they gotta be going through a lot of motions here at this situation, because they know what they have on their hands. They have NIP with the not so great round on their hands, because they only have the pistols, and Nazar, they will get a full buy, the utilities, almost the Kevlars and the helmets as well. So they can make the dream happen.
The thing is, as long as Naza don't overextend, as long as they play their game right here, and they can defend against these pistols, they're guaranteed OT at the very least, and that's a great work from Almazer. The Molotov extinguishing the classic default smoke, massive gap for him to easily get those 2 kills, and Pokemon is continuing his reign of terror, just tapping away inside of the smoke. And this one's round number, this has to be round number 15 for Naza, right? Really don't expect Rez and Plops to do anything too crazy. Backups there as well. We have, I do believe he's Remind right next to his teammate in Pokemon with reposition. There's no way to expect him over here. And there you have it. One more player remains. Easy kills for Naza. Map point for Naza against Ninjas in Pajamas. 2 stand-ins as well for the side of Naza and NIP. Sure, they have the money for the buy, but best case scenario, we're still seeing OT for the Swedes.
Yeah, it's, I mean, Pokemon just delivering what was expected, getting those 2 kills down, and now, I mean, Nazar, they can make this. They can actually take Mirage, and that is huge if that's gonna happen. And now NIP, they have the buy, they have the AK, so let's see how it's gonna play down. They're gonna be starting to move all the way towards the mid, but there's gonna be also Nazar. They want to take the early aggression. Riman's gonna be waiting right there behind the corner. If they will go for it, he's gonna be just hiding there on the smokes, gonna be waiting for the perfect opportunity. But Brolan, we know how scary he can be, but Riman's gonna get that first kill. Easy tag. He's gonna get the trade though. Boro's gonna be right there as well, and that's gonna be 2 guys falling down from NIP. And Nazar, they have the advantage. Jetty, odd res. They have a surprise waiting, but Jetty is gonna be faster, and Boros falls down.
Oh, that is so scary. Almazer, the bullet just whizzing past his head. Oh, there's no way NIP were expecting Remind. Round number 30, you're the underdogs, and he's pushed up in the smoke in round number 30. How ballsy is that? How is he walking around with cojones that massive? I don't even know. Bomb now dropped the top mid. NIP, they're on a recovery mission to retrieve that C4. Still a bit of time to work with here for the Swedes. I'm going to be grouping up together. Nasser, defense is kind of split as we have Almazer tossing in his smoke in towards the ramp position as the NIP. All 3 members grouped up towards the mid position. Where do they go right now? If they're heading towards B short, they have a smoke to go for the cross though. The timing is huge though. Almazer's moved away from Toll, from Ticket, with Plopsky looking the wrong way as well. There is a window for NIP to sneak in towards B, but they are running out of time.
Yeah, it's going to be just 25 seconds. Almazer not finding anything from here, but now he's going to spot them, and that's the first guy falling down. Going to be traded. Poker's going to be getting a trade as well, and it's going to be just Plopsky. 1 man standing, gets those kills. Going to be pro play in the end, and Nazar, they're going to do it. They will take the round. They will take the first map with 16-14 scoreline. These guys, they are just amazing.
I am flabbergasted. I am absolutely shocked as to what we have witnessed right now. Oh, what a showing. What a showing coming out from Nasser. This motley crew individuals from so many different nationalities coming together. There are a few people like Pokemon Who. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. They will take map number 1. They picked Mirage. It's the classic Pug map. It's the map we were expecting the underdogs to potentially even pull off the upset. But ladies and gentlemen, have we seen an upset already? Mirage will go the way of Naza, and NIP are going to be trailing a map. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I'm speechless as well. But I mean, the next map is of course going to be very important. That's clear, both sides, and just very complicated. But before we go to the next map, I mean, I just need some coffee. I gotta go to Tim Hortons, and gotta get my daily dose of coffee, indefinitely.
Straight into my veins, injected straight into my veins. We're gonna grab a cup of coffee, ladies and gentlemen. But then, of course, we have the desk to break everything down right after this short break.
Both are long.
What is it there? Are they close?
Mine. I was the first to find it. What the hell? You beat me drunk. Get off me. Well, how do I put this? Stop fighting for skins in the game. Get them on Hellcase. New giveaways every day. Follow the link in description and use a code to receive your bonus.
My old phone used to freeze with the apps that used a lot of power. They keep loading in the background. Then almost definitely there's going to be a lag. With iPhone, I haven't experienced that. My name is Amandeep, and I switched to iPhone.
Pokemon may have hit them with the fire spin, but Boros, he came through and hit him with the Dragon Claw. As NIP, well, they lost the first map, boys. We didn't think it would happen. We said this needed to be some sort of dominance coming out from NIP. What the hell just happened?
That was a messy game of Counter-Strike, let's be completely honest. You know, there were so many... Starting off, NIP win the pistol, right? Then they lose the second round.
Yeah.
Then they get off to a bad start. I think to myself, okay, this is gonna end bad, NIP. You may lose Mirage, you know, big time. Then they fight back and they look to be in control on the CT side. Thinking to myself, okay, this is exactly what I expected. Had you just converted your pistol round, it could have been a 13-2 half or a 12-3 half in the first half. Then you get into the second half, and again, it's very much back and forth in a way. You know, the rounds that are being won are very scrappy, but that's exactly what you want if you're Naza. The more scrappy the game becomes, the longer the game becomes, right? And the higher the chance they have to win. And all of a sudden, you see Burrows, you see Almasi, you see those two actually take charge of the game, both involved in more than 12 opening duels, or winning 12 opening duels combined. And you think to yourself, NIP, you're supposed to shut this down. But it is Mirage, as we discussed, Devil Walk coming into it. Once you lose control of the map, stuff like this can happen. And then you see NIP, despite all the players, top fragger 21, bottom fragger 20, they still didn't have enough firepower to shut down Naza.
Yeah, and you have to give credit to them because they approached this match exactly like they should have. They played for fun. You could see it on their faces. They weren't scared to take duels, and it made NIP shaky. I mean, the looks on their faces, even when it was like 3-3 or something, or 4-4. You could see NIP was sweating, like they were not enjoying this scoreline, like it even being remotely close at one point. It almost looked like they were ashamed at some points during that game on the look of their faces.
Oh yeah, and when you're saying look on their faces, there was one bit where we went to Rez's camera.
Yeah.
And he's just like, looks miserable, he just shakes his head like, what the hell's going on, you know? Like, he's in disbelief of what was happening. And Pimp, look at this. First opening kills, right? 19 for Naza. 11 for Nick. That spells a problem when you are the more experienced team. I don't care, it's more like a puggy map, yeah? Because NASA didn't really play like they were pugging it.
No.
They definitely had some good setups, they were playing some nice defaults, and also, they were hitting hard, and like you said, confidence, man. They weren't scared.
That was the problem, right? The longer we got into the game, the more confident they got, you know, because I agree with Devil Walk. They started out playing for fun. They had a good time, even though they didn't get off to the best of the best start after the first half, you know. They still had a chance, and they were very well aware that within the first 8, 9, 10 rounds, they were actually, you know, on par with NIP, if not better, to begin with. So they got a smell for it, they got a sense for it, and all of a sudden, confidence took over. Talk about opening kills as well, James, right? We talked about the lack of Hampus. You could just see in this game how much he means to NIP. They didn't keep their nerve. They didn't keep calm. And when it comes to opening kills, Hampus is the guy for NIP. Brolan went 2 for 9. He won 2 out of 9 opening kills, and that's supposed to be your new big star, $1 million signing coming in Brolan. He didn't perform well, and overall, you know, as much as I want to give credit to Naza, because they do really deserve it for this victory. It's a massive result. NIP, this is exactly what we feared. You come into a tournament, the only thing you can do is to disappoint, and that is the very first thing you do as well.
Where is it? Yeah. Did you say $1 million?
No, like more so not in $1 million. Like in a big signing.
I was sat there like, whoa.
Yeah, no. But I wouldn't be surprised if he was 500k, to be honest. And he's a good player, but this time around, let's just say it like this: NIP, they like the in-game lead on Hampus severely in this one.
Yeah, you can feel, right, that like, I think you mentioned it when we were just talking in the green room, Devil, that like, as soon as DGL ran out of timeouts, you kind of felt like this was going to be it for them. Like they didn't have that backup plan, you know?
Yeah, but especially on the T side, they were struggling to find solutions, and the solutions they tried through DGL's pauses, you know, some of them worked, some of them didn't. And when you get back to it and you put an 18-year-old with this massive responsibility and obviously pressure, because he's gonna in his mind take the brunt of that failure on himself, being that young, seeing that he is the only piece that's changed compared to how impressive they were even at the major and stuff. So it's a huge you know, responsibility put on CTR's shoulder, and I think in those scenarios when it comes to crunch time, he's not brought in here to be the difference maker in those kinds of rounds, right? So he was definitely put into probably one of the hardest positions you can as a player.
Massively so. Now we've got to also give a big shout out to CS Money before we start talking about the second map in Overpass. And you guys at home, you can guess the winner of any of the up and coming games. Some of the games have got taking place tomorrow, for example, and you'll have a chance to win a valuable skin. We do love valuable skins. We do love being able to enter for that. So do you know how you do it? You go over to StarLadder CSGO on Twitter, hit that follow button. You check out for all the updates they're doing, check out some of the giveaways, and go have a look at that. And while you're there, you know what? You can live your moments in Ras Al Khaimah. You can go check them out as well. Obviously, beautiful country, lots of culture, adventure, nature. It says the nature Emirates of the UAE, you know? There we go. We'd love to see it right now, but instead we're stuck
it's only a map away from
games.
NIP potentially going and enjoying that result right there, you know? So let's hope that it's nice. Let's hope that it's nice.
But okay, so like there's one thing, right, that Naza win Mirage.
Yeah.
But boys, we're going on to Overpass, right? That's like, this isn't about having a lack of in-game leader this time, because that's the map where you go look at the Young Ninjas and say, okay, ZTR, you're the leader of that, and you do know your way around Overpass. Surely, unless they're mentally broken and they're all just like having a meltdown, this should be Nip's map. Come on. Put some logic back into my mind, Pim.
To be completely honest, yes, there should be no way at all that Naza is going to win Overpass, especially when you bring it up with CTR. To those of you who don't remember, he was brought in the beginning of last year, to be the in-game leader of NIP when Device first joined the team as well, and he was helping out in that regard. And he was actually calling for the main squad on Overpass when they were doing well. So you're spot on when you're saying that CTR and Overpass and NIP for that matter as well, it's a good combination. That being said though, what I saw right here from NIP, that must tilt them face off the earth. They travel all the way to Dubai to play this event where they go in as the heavy favorites to win the entire thing, and now they're facing themselves just one map away. You cannot you cannot underestimate the mental stress that they're under right now. They know it would be a massive failure, it would be a massive flop. And the thing is, as you highlighted as well coming into Mirage, James, is that Naza, they're playing with confidence, they're playing with no pressure whatsoever. So yeah, there should be no way whatsoever that NIP is going to lose Overpass, but they will start on the T side. And last time they played the T side against Cloud9 and IM Dallas, they only got 3 rounds or 4 rounds and looked like, yeah, terrible team of Counter-Strike. So I'm never going to say never here, but let's be honest, NIP, they should win, and they should win big time.
They really should.
They definitely should. And I mean, but that is that thing. They are now on their opponent's pick. They get to choose the CT side to start. They can get a good start from here. And I think the nerves will just pick up from NIP. But if we're gonna be honest, any championship tier 1 team, they usually come out swinging after a result like this. They usually talk together. They get their shit together, so to say. And really bring it on the next map. So it's going to be a real test for Naza if they're going to be able to stop it, because I don't think NIP want to do anything but completely destroy you on this map.
Yeah, dude, like I was very happy when you see Naza like have that result on Mirage. They fought for it, looked good. If they can do this on Overpass, then yeah, sure, people can say yes, this is Nip with a standard or something, but that would be a hugely worrying sign, and things would well, I have a lot of questions to ask myself. I'm still shocked and stunned of what we just saw there. For me, I want to see Brolan be able to pop off. I want to see Rez just show, like, remember when we first saw this version of Nip come together? It was like the Rez and Brolan show. We thought we finally found Rez consistent. I want them to show me why they are 2 good players together. Like, you should be able to do this without your IGL, surely, Pim.
You should be. And I think Overpass is one of the maps, especially on the CT side as well, that allows for these individuals to shine. One thing is lacking Hampus on the T side, and that could be a problem in this game, so let's keep an eye out for that. But on the CT side, even though CTR is playing instead of Hampus, it's still easier for the players to feel comfortable in their normal positions. They know what to do. Rez has played his A position a million times, so there's no excuse regardless of lacking Hampus presence or not. So I agree with that. I want to see more from Brolan. I want to see more from Rez. I think both of them are superstars in the game and can be, at least. We have seen that, as you said, but I cannot help to sit back with a feeling right now, and I don't know if you share this, I guess, worrisome feeling, Devilwalk, that NIP, just the body language they were showing throughout this game as well, they almost seem stunned in a way. And if they go on to get off to a bad start here, let's say they're down 3-0 or 5-0 or 6-0 on their T side Overpass, flashbacks to the Cloud9 game at IM Dallas where nothing worked out on the T side either. There's a way where Naza is going to pull off the big upset right here, and NIP will have to go to the result relatively early.
And just to get to everyone at home, like the difference between CTR and Hampus as individual players, no matter calling, Hampus is an extremely good player when it comes to finding gaps in the opponents, flanking, making sure they get the right information to be able to sort out the defense as well. It's not only on the T side where he brings a lot of value and calls, it's also on the CT side.
All right, well, let's see how it's going to go down on Overpass. Naza potentially about to eliminate NIP, but NIP need to show us their absolute best stuff. Will they be able to evolve and take the second map? We're about to find out with Copter and Blair.
Well, thank you very much for that, Banks, and of course our merry gentleman on the desk. Here we go. Copper, I won't lie. I'm looking at the HUD there, and I'm seeing Naster with the 1 map lead. And if I just tune in right now, I'm like, yeah, there's probably an error in the graphics there. But here we go, aggression from Proplet early on, and they're just taking the fight to NIP. 4 players to its monster, and this is not going to be easy for Brolan or S-Attack to kind of extricate themselves from. Brolan looking to take the fight, but the USPs are just going to snipe away. And the NIP members, 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock, and ZTR left in a 1 versus 5.
Yeah, dream start for them definitely. There we go. One kill's going to go for the other side, but it's going to be Pokemon who else is going to trade that down. And Naza with a very strong start for the Overpass as well. Gets the first round on the board. Getting those 4 kills straight at the start. They're just showing that they are here to play. They will just continue where they left off. We saw the guys during the break as well a little bit. They're outside, very chill, relaxed feeling there what they had. So definitely they are feeling it. They are enjoying from the gameplay, and yeah, that is definitely showing on the server as well.
The thing is, like, I think the desk highlighted it as well, right? We saw Devil Walk say a championship caliber team is the sort of team, even though they had that loss in the first map, they should be able to easily brush it off and come back and bring this one back. At the same time, for Naza, they have nothing to lose. It's already been a big win. Flashback is good, though, and the Gloss able to dequal a bit of damage. Never mind, it's going to be a very, very quick and easy mop-up coming in for the side of Naza. For a nip. Now they're going to be, going for the buy. You can see smiles all around for the Naza side. Have fun, boys. This has been insane. And one more point Pimp brought up was how this could be flashbacks coming in for the side of Nip, right? Overpass when they played against Cloud9. Again, Cloud9 and Overpass, of course, a team who are really, really solid in that map. They did really struggle on the T side. So right now, Naza already off to a great start. And Nip, the body language, it looks very deflated, I won't lie.
Yeah, now they have the guns though, so we'll see what they can make with those. They have some utilities, but not so much of them, to be honest. I mean, just a couple of mollies and the flashbangs here and there, but not like a full lineup at all. So Naza, they're gonna be going forward. They're gonna move all the way towards NIP, but they will not just hold the sides. They want to move, take the aggressive angles. We can see Boros just pushing all the way through. The smoke Plopsky will be there though, so that's going to be definitely backfiring a little bit as Plopsky now finds the first kill. Gonna hide there on the B short and on the water side of things. And yeah, I mean, Naza down. Now they're gonna fall back just a little bit.
Double man aggression coming out. Ooh, dangerous game being played by Naza. Whereas AK shots not really good. Mark, Remind able to, however, get the trade. Now this is big. And with Pokemon just looking around towards bathrooms, right, he can actually get a lot of information. I'm not too sure what Remind's thinking. I think it's clear. That's so weird because Pokemon's push up towards bathrooms, and there's no information that the T's have pushed up here towards the A-bomb site. So a couple of mistakes being made here from Boros and from Remind. But with this position, Pokemon is he's getting a lot of info here.
Yeah.
Whereas footsteps has been heard. Now Pokemon should be able to find one, but the trade should be immediate here. Able to find two, in fact. Trade finally takes place, and now it's a 2v2 as the bomb should be getting planted on the A-bomb side.
Yeah, the molly's got to go right there. So the prof left cannot... Oh, there's not actually the molly's going to come. There's going to be just smokes there. So they're going to block the view. He can actually come and try to have that peek. NIP, they can go for the plant. And they still have time for it. We can see Naza Ditch coming both from the dumpster. As we can see, the bomb is on the ground. And now NIP, they will just take the holding positions. And we'll see how Naza's going to be able to solve this puzzle. Because it's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy. S-Attack, though, in a pretty good spot here. No utility for the CTs, bear in mind. Are they going to check Optimus is the question. Probably spot him out, but a great shot coming in from S-Attack. And a follow-over from Brolan. And Nip, some signs of life. Some signs of life for the Nip side. I can hear a few cheers as well. The first round on board here on Overpass. And of course, skins. Everyone likes skins. You know, be the game changer. You can update, upgrade, and enjoy, as you can see on the screens over there. If you are looking to upgrade your skins, you can just head over to cs.money and get your skins.
That's about it. That's the one of the easiest ways available, to be honest. But meanwhile, we do have the next round starting up, so we can see NIP just changing some of the utilities. Molly's got to be thrown. Pokemon has been moving to a more aggressive angle. The buy for the Naza side, they have one SMG, one Deagle, then they have a farmhouse and 2 M4, so it's not the full setup, but they still have a decent amount of weaponry at their hands. And let's see the early action happening here at the B shot. Plopsky just very carefully watching. Remind wants to have that peek. It's gonna be successful. Finds Plopsky with a headshot from farmhouse, and that is definitely the start they were hoping for this round.
Yeah, no flashbang as well. Just a dry peek coming in from Remind, and that FMAS makes it look good, but Resto, okay, that's a shot. Finds Almazer's head, leaving Pokemon all by his lonesome towards bathrooms. A few tentative shots being taken by the man through the smoke, as he will fall back to a much more passive position.
Yeah. Well, NIP trying to approach the A side. There's going to be 2 guys holding it, but Pokemon quite far away on the long side of things. If they can find the angles, Bro's going to find the player from the side, and they can actually go inside. And we can see just Pokemon playing these games. Going to be coming out of the toilets on the back side of them. Rez is not checking that corner, so Pokemon, he's going to be just going right there as Rez. Let's see where he's going to be heading. He's going to come and have that peek and finds Pokemon. So that is a very important find. Naza, 2 remaining players. Boros, Remind, they're going to be coming from the same angle as before from the dumpster. It's the same enemies, Easy Attack waiting here. And the same peeking happening as well, but yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of time. But yeah, it seems that Naza's gonna be just letting it go. They're gonna change the side, or they're gonna leave completely. Yeah, they will just save the guns, and they will keep the round for the NIP.
Huge round from Rez there, right? The first shot, clean stuff, and a second as well, great pre-fire onto Pokemon, who was being very dangerous, wrapping on around, and for Boros and Remind to realize, yeah, that's it's going to be nigh impossible to go for the retake. No utility, not a kit either. So Remind at least able to upgrade, or can upgrade to the Galil, but it should be a full eco coming out for Nasser. For Nip though, yeah, back to winning ways to tie things up. And here's the thing for Nasser, the past couple of rounds we saw, like, I mean, I'm sure they're feeling pretty confident, right? Obviously, having taken the first map, but we do see a lot of these hyper-aggressive plays coming out from them and leaving a lot of holds, which is something that NIP can definitely abuse. Great round there from Rez, the 2Ks basically guaranteeing themselves the round despite losing a player early on. So there you have it, a Galil, the FAMAS, and a Kevlar from the previous round for Boros and Remind. For the rest of them, it's just going to be the USPs. No real investment coming in for Nip though. This should be round number 3. Remind looking to take the battle by lonesome, but that's a great combo there. The push from Remind being the distraction, and Boros with the boost able to find Plopsky.
Yeah, once again showing what he's capable of. And of course, I mean, the self-confident gameplay which we are currently seeing, that can backfire quite heavily at sometimes when they trust too much on the kind of like the momentum and the individual skill. But yeah, so far it has taken them all the way to the tie situation on the second game, and of course winning the first map as well. So it's definitely still working out for them, but just saying that it can completely turn the situation upside down. So the casualties on the NIP side, but they have the guns. Naza has been able to pick that one AK, so they do have 3 guns as we speak, and they're just watching what is happening at the A side. Chris is going to be trying to open it up, so there we go, the duels and the challenges happening at the A short. No lives lost, but a lot of damage on the NIP side, and Boros with the FAMAS, he wants to be the savior of the team, and he's right there where the action is going to be starting.
Molotov finally is going to burn Almaze to a crisp. The flashbang comes out. Remind still able to find one before eventually falling to Rez. And Boros with the fast able to get the kills. Probably comes charging out in a 1v1 right now. Rez on just 9 points of health. He's got the bomb. He's got 30 seconds. He can still leg it to the B bomb site if he wants to do so. But he's going up against Pokemon. No Kevlar. Just AK-47 in hand. He's going to creep on up towards Optimus, and Rez is playing a very patient game. The tap is a giveaway. They know where he is, but Rez with a tap to clutch out the round. Cold as ice.
Yeah, that is a great headshot. I mean, he had the information. He spotted the guy. He was able to escape, still behind the dumpster. But of course, I mean, Pokemon, he wants to get that fight. But I mean, Rez was ready for it and just had the angle straight on his crosshair. There we go. The single shot is going to be tapping on the head. Pokemon's going to be holding his head even in real life after that one.
Yeah, he knew how low Rez was, and unfortunately not able to quite convert it. But gotta remember, that was the eco round for NASA, right? They had 3 USPs and the Galil and the FAMAS, and still able to take away 4 members, almost stealing the round away from the Swedes. So now the buy is going to be coming in. The M4s for each and every one of the members. No op yet for Almazer, and ZTR being very proactive here.
Yeah, Remind needs to handle this corner, but the flashback's gonna be right on point, and Remind falls down, so the early kill will go for NIP. Gonna be withdrawing a little bit. They will start moving the bomb away as well. We'll see if they're gonna be coming back from the different direction to the side, but they do have a guy holding the connector on the middle as well, so they will just head towards the toilets. The A side has been very successful with NIP so far, so they have been definitely getting the plants, they have been getting the kills as well, they have been able to hold the dumpster. Not a single retake has been happening from Nazar's side towards the A side so far. So, I mean, NIP, they gotta feel good about it. They know that is definitely currently the location where they do have maybe the best chance to get the plant and the round on their name.
Yeah, right now just the one lone defender is going to come down to Pokemon, hoping to make up for that bit of a whiff in the previous round. Coming down there 1v1 is tucked on in. No backup is arriving in the form of Almazer. He's got a flashbang, can toss it in, and that could be the opportunity for Pokemon to maybe go for the peak, but no, they're just going to be holding the angle. It's Broland creeping up. There we go. The flash for long, though it's a wrong angle, and Almazer at least able to trade back, but still a 3v3 here, and Broland trying to keep them at bay.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely an unfortunate situation. If he would have just hold that angle, definitely he would catch 1 or 2. But that's if and if and if. We can always just keep on guessing. It is what it is. As Bron's gonna find Almazer as well. We'll take the advantage for NIP's side. It's gonna be 4 versus 2 as we speak. It's gonna be Jetio fighting Boros as well. And Pro Play, if he wants to get this one, he needs to go absolutely nuts. But he's gonna be just running away, saving the gun. The money is gonna be a problem for Naza. They have pretty much nothing on the bank. And Plopsky is going to find Pro Play as well, so there's nothing they will save from this round, and definitely they need to save on the next one.
Well, if you do want to get some skins though, you can always go to Hellcase, by the way, one of our sponsors. Obviously, use the promo code GET to buy and get those fancy skins. I don't even know is that Op Gungnir? Is that how you pronounce it? That's a Norse word, right? Gungnir? I'm not sure, man. I don't know much about Norse mythology apart from the comics. Yeah.
It is something at least on that direction, but yeah, it's going to be a hellca.sa/Dubai. That's the place where you can actually get the bonus for opening the modern cases. So that's the place where to go.
Indeed, it is. As we have the first tactical timeout getting called by Nasser, their joyous mood being a little tempered right now. NIP have been looking much more cleaner. Sure, a couple of those rounds came down to the heroics from the likes of Rez, but apart from that, they have done a great job keeping, kind of cracking open this defense, especially towards an A-bomb side. As we have the pistols coming out now for the side of Nasser once more, and as long as NIP continue what they've been doing thus far, should be another convincing round. Again, it comes down to what the desk mentioned as well. Like, you know, we saw Pimp and Devilwalk mention how for a team of NIP's caliber, despite having the stand-in situation for Hampus and all of that, even though they lost the first map in a very close fashion, they should be able to easily kind of delete the memory of that map and just get back to the winning ways, right? Get back on the remaining 2 maps. It was Overpass and the third map, if we do see it, it's going to be Nuke, which will be the decider. NIP are being very controlled, very measured, and very calm, waiting for Nasser to come their way, to walk into the crosshairs. And as I say that, Remind will be an early casualty in the round. Yeah,
I mean, with the pistol you need that surprise moment, and that's why they are moving. Jetio with a great angle, they're gonna find 1, but they're not gonna get the 2. Probably gonna find the trade with a Deagle, gonna pick up AK as well, so that's gonna give some firepower for Nasser's side of things. And now we'll see what's gonna be the next case. The bomb is gonna be still there in the connector. Alms are just very actively trying to see if there's going to be anything happening in NIP. Meanwhile, they're going to be withdrawing from the B side, going back towards the toilets. And we mentioned already they have been very successful on the A side, so they're going to be feeling good. There's only pistols waiting for them because Almazer and Pokemon are there, and Probla with AK are currently holding the B side. So just 2 pistols versus all the AKs on the hands of NIP, and that's 4 of them.
69 ADR looking to get more is Pokemon, but good utility usage, obscuring his vision, not quite able to recreate some of those Deagle heroics we saw from him on Mirage. So NIP, yeah, despite losing the 1 player, despite losing ZTR, despite giving away an AK-47 to Nasser, will be pretty comfortable here. Postman positions very well established. They even have Broline all the way to its connector, making sure there's no flank taking place. For Nasser, just gonna hold on to this pistol. It's not gonna give away any free kills. Pokemon might be looking to get an exit, and indeed he will. We speak about this man and his Deagle as he looks for more, and just trying to like deal a little bit of economic damage towards the side of NIP, but the rest of them will escape comparatively unscathed. And for Nasser, yeah, sure, a couple of kills, an AK retrieved, and now the buy is going to be coming in.
Yeah, NIP definitely having a good start, but I mean they had a good start on Mirage as well, so they were definitely leading it. I mean it was 6-4 at some point, and then of course there wasn't like any huge gaps anymore at the later stage of the game. But the NIP getting the early lead, leading by 3 rounds. That's what's going to be of course thinking about the things a little bit. Let's see, they will just continue the game, so no tactical timeouts coming at this phase, as we do have the guns on the both sides after a while. In NIP they have all the money they need, and Naza once again a very important round. They don't have the money, only Pro Play who saved the AK on the last round has some money. NIP, they are just set to get the early aggression going on. They haven't picked the form, they'll try to find those early picks from all the locations possible. We can see Pokemon, that nade is going to go horribly wrong actually. It's going to be dealing the damage towards Almazer unfortunately. So it's going to go down all the way to 58, and NIP meanwhile they're going to be just trying to build the scheme for this round, but the still undecided.
Yeah, rough nade there, but still, it still has the AWP, so no harm, no foul. Well, let's take a look here now, though. Nasser, pro play, pushed up pretty aggressively towards the bathroom's position. He's got Almeza watching towards short, and pro play is kind of walking to the speed he is. You can see the defense for Nasser, right? The adaptation coming in. They have gone for a heavier hold towards A. Timing is everything. ZTR is going to the line, and he's going to find pro play. And that's gonna force some of the B defenders to pivot away from the B bombs, and then that could be something NIP is going to be looking to abuse here. Remind, going to smoke off the entrance of Monster, but he might be the sole defender here. You can see Boros slowly falling back towards the A bomb site.
Yeah, they're lurking on the B side, definitely. 3 guys coming from the short, and the bomb included as well. And Naza, are they going to be ready for this? Remind, he needs to be the man up for the job. Boros going to be actually arriving as well, so just on the very last second, he's going to join the defensive forces, going to be traded down. Boros going to find Remind, Boros going to fall down as well. So Naza down to the 2 guys who are currently at the A site, and they're just heading for the A log, so they're looking to save the guns, the AWP on the hands of Almazer, and of course Pokemon gonna keep that info. They don't have the money. Proplif can go for the buy. Boros and Remind for the next round. They have to go with something a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just such a well put together round for NIP. They catch one of the players towards the bathroom's position, and then that has to force out a rotation, right? So Nasser, they fell back towards the A bomb site, leaving just Remind on that B bomb site. Able to find just to 1, but the spacing, the trading was great from Nip. Just a great round overall, right? Nothing too great. They were able to abuse rotations coming in from Nasser. And despite the adaptation coming in from Nasser, keeping 3 players towards A early on, NIP able to crack that defense. 6 in a row now for Nip. They're after they lost the pistol and the anti-eco, in which they virtually bought nothing, it's been the Swedes all the way.
Yeah, I mean, 5-6 rounds in a row, and that is definitely a good streak. So Naza, they need to break that at some point, but yeah, the next round is going to be hard anyways. They do have something on their hands, but they don't definitely have the full lineup, and that's going to be definitely difficult, but it's going to be actually pretty decent buy. AWP, 1 FAMAS, M4s, 3 of them, and they have the utilities as well, so I was completely wrong about the buy. So they definitely have a very good buy on their hands. They can definitely make this round, work for them. But yeah, they gotta avoid the early kills coming from the NIP side. Naza has been pushing a little bit. NIP has been, of course, immediately just giving the damage from those, and that has been taking like the advantage away. And that is something that you cannot afford to do, as Almas is gonna lose that shot. And there goes the AWP as Jet TR finds the kill, and NIP once again they will get the first frag on the board.
Yeah, that's such an important player to lose early on. And oh, S attack. Right eye peek, and Pokemon, he's been having a bit of a nightmare on this A defense. And Proplep is calling for backup. The cavalry is arriving slowly but surely. So Remind all the way towards CD spawn. They're just gonna have to go for the gamble stack here. Will Naza. All 3 players now towards the A bomb site. Proplep even being a little bit more aggressive, but S attack being so very patient. NIP are toying with this defense from Naza. And Boros and Remind having to do everything. It's a 5 versus 2. ZTR is going to find a second kill. Flashbang is so good, and Boros able to maybe find 1. No, he will not. Rez makes it look so very easy indeed. 7 and 2 for Nip, 7 in a row. And you know what else could be easy? If you want to learn a little bit of NFTs, you can of course head to take my what? Take my muffin.
Yeah, it's not the energy, it's the muffin this time. And yeah, it's a fun animation series, and it's even crypto related, so check it out.
Yeah, if you're looking to learn about anything about NFTs, you can always check out the... it's an animated show about NFTs, you know, why the hell not? Everything's an NFT nowadays anyway. 7-2 for Nip, they are just running away with this seemingly. 7 rounds already, especially considering they even lost a pistol round. It's just been a statement reply coming in from Roland and his men. Very clinically dissecting his defense, and all this timing could not have been worse, as ZTR is just popping off right now for the side of Nip. So many opening frags, the double kill as well towards Monster, and again, Nasser kind of caught napping, none of them looking towards Monster, and Nip, the way they're winning these rounds as well, they're starting to feel even more confident individually. They're looking much more sharper than they did in Mirage as well. And I have to say, for Nasser right now, they're just kind of scrambling, wondering how they're gonna even get a single round on board here in one of the buy rounds.
Yeah, Almazer, he picks the AWP. That is something, but I mean, everything the NIP is trying, it's just working out. I mean, they make all the gameplays currently to work. They just have so many plays on the game book. They will put the bomb on the B side, and Nazar's just gonna be saving the AWP, AK, and the M4. They gotta be hanging there on the with the balloons on the playground as well, and one kind of like holding the angle from the long is gonna be Pokemon, and NIP they can just chill on the B side, and the bomb is right there. It's gonna go off definitely, and I don't think that Naza they even have a chance to go for the exit frag. So they're just gonna play this very safe and keep the guns because they know that the next round is gonna be very complicated for them. So NIP they gotta be happy. I mean, getting the 8th round in a row already. That definitely, you know, Naza they had the kind of like the dream start getting those 2 first rounds, but then since I mean NIP has been just unstoppable.
Yeah, and just the fact that NIP are seemingly multiple steps ahead of Naza at this point in time, right? Like, we've been seeing so much of action taking place towards A, and then they just throw a curveball with ZTR just walking out, going for the contact play towards Monster while his teammates were playing distraction towards short. Double kill, just like that, a round's done. They have to go for the save. Second tactical timeout getting called here for Naza as they talk things through. Mirage now a distant memory. The smiles have dissipated a while ago, and NIP looking to take us to map number 3 as quickly as possible. I mean, this has just been a statement performance coming out from the Swedes. 8 back-to-back. On the T side as well. Overpass T side, 8 rounds. For most teams, that's pretty much mission accomplished, but looking at the way they're playing right now, they might even be looking for more. And definitely showing that at least on this map, on their map pick, they are more than capable of contending against the Pug Stars on the side of Naza. With the save, though, they will still be able to eke out a pretty solid buy. The AWP out in the hands of Almazer once more. Pokemon as well with the A1. But it has been a bit of a struggle city here in this defense. Boros now, once again, looking to take a fight. Trying to go for that same play did it earlier, I do believe in round number 3, where they had Boros just pushing on short. The boost there from his teammates to catch the T's off guard. Resident ZTR though, good restraint. Flashbang as well, waiting for the flash before they open the squeaky door. Pro player trying to play with danger, just going for the spam, but ZTR replies back.
Yeah. At least Naza is not going to be putting the players on the toilets anymore. It definitely has been working out. They have lost so many guys there, so there's no guys holding it. Okay, Pokemon's going to be moving as we speak about it. He's going to go right there. Boros going to find the first kill. Rush is going to fall down, so that is the entry coming from Naza's way. So they'll get something down. And NIP, they have the bomb. They're going to go and pick that up. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to start moving towards the A side once again. Maybe as we can see one player hiding on the B side. The Almazer is going to find Brolin though, so that's going to make definitely a dent on NIP's offensive. That's just 3 versus 5 anymore, but they still have the AWP, they have 2 AK, so it's definitely doable. And now Naza, they know that they have something on their hands which they can try to use. Pokemon tries to go for the backstep, that is doable. Almazer needs to hold those guys down, and Pokemon is just waiting for the right timing. When the time's gonna come, that's the question. EasyTax tries to find the AWP shot on the side, and there we go. Pokemon goes for the backstep, finds one, but there's still gotta be more available, but he's just gonna stall them down. They have been pinched down, and now Naza, they're gathering the troops all around them as Almazer just holding the angle and trying to make sure that the guys will not just run to the side. The shot comes in and Chettier falls down to 1. NIP goes. Plopsky finds one, but in the end it's going to be Proplay who's going to finally end the streak for NIP, gets the last kill, and that is 3 for Naza after a long while, getting that 1 round on the scoreboard.
1 round, is it going to be enough though, right? Like, finally, I love this, the reboost coming in, catching NIP off guard. That's something you wouldn't be expecting, and Almazer getting a couple of nice shots there. Even the wide swing not catching him off guard. Neat little flick, but still a long ways to go for the mixed side. Oh, failed Molotov isn't going to help either. See how they're not comfortable at all on this map. Almazer with shot down to 7 HP. Remind just spraying blindly through the smoke, hoping to catch someone. But Boros though, with the boost once more, but this time there will be a reply back from ZTR. So 4v4, but Almazer internally hemorrhaging. He has to play a much more passive position towards A. And remind all by his lonesome. The timing is everything. Oh, the timing is terrible. It's atrocious. And ZTR, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. 2 easy kills for him, just tapping away. And Almazer with 7 HP has to do everything by his lonesome. He's gonna find one, looking for more, but he will be immediately found by Rez. And it's all in Pokemon. And this should be unwinnable as well. NIP, they definitely have round number 9 almost punched in.
Yeah, the plan's gonna go down. Poke's gonna spot 1 though. On the B shot, will he win the duel? That's the question. It takes a lot of damage. Pokemon still gonna be committed on that one, but there's gonna be more people coming for the easy attack with AWP as well. And there we go, that's the shot all the way through the corner, and that's gonna be Pokemon falling down. And that's another round for NIP.
Another round for NIP, 9-3. If you guys like skins, you can always take a look at the graphics down there. You can go to Hellcase, do the giveaway. Some pretty fancy skins. I don't have any of them. I don't even have a Shadow Daggers. Or a knife for that matter. But right now, what NIP have, they have the fancy skins, and they of course have a massive, or gargantuan lead right now over the side of Naza. And the thing for Naza is they have a few setups, but that's about it, right? They have a little bit of a boost play coming in, and then once more, look at this again from Rez this time around, trying to find success with ZTR did so many times towards Monster, but Molotov is gonna kind of segregate him from his teammates, and he will be punished for that. So Naza, at least an opening kill going their way here early on.
Yeah, remind, just watching the Monster, trying to make sure that nothing's going to be coming out of that tunnel. Of course, he found one already, so that is the end kill coming from Naza's way, but they're going to be holding these places. I mean, they're pretty tight setup currently from Naza's side, so NIP, they need to find the breach. There's going to be 2 guys on the B side, and if they'll go from the B water, from the short side of things, that's definitely those guys. They should pick the angles, but just have to wait and see how it's going to go down. Plopsky tries to boost a little bit, finds the angle, finds Boros, but it's not going to be able to land that shot, but Boros going to burn Remind at the same time. Pokemon's going to come with the trade from the backside, so Plopsky's going to be taken down. NIP having 3 on the server, a slight disadvantage, but yeah, we know how well they can play these situations. They can turn the situation upside down. It's going to be happening. Pro's going to find one. Easy Tech's going to find Boros as well, and just Almazer and Pokemon remaining. They have the AWP. Almazer wants to have that peak. Easy Tech's going to be making the plan. There's a head showing up, and he's going to fall down immediately. It's more like a whack-a-mole game. He's just going to go down, and now it's going to be 2 versus 2, but the HP is going to be on the side of NIP.
Yeah, absolutely. Pokemon so very low. One bullet at any part of his head, and he's going to be done for. There you have it. All on Almazer and S-Attack with the aggressive walk out there inside of water in that 2v2, ensuring that things don't spiral out of control. NIP 10-3, double digits on the T side, and still 2 more to go. And again, some of the openings they're finding, right? S-Attack with the AWP, switching over to the M4. And then, of course, Broland with a clean tap onto the player inside of Toxic. Just making it look so very easy right now. And 3rd tack timeout in 13 rounds. They're scrambling for solutions, are Naza, and unfortunately, there's no answer. Yeah, they're just getting completely owned right now in the server.
Yeah, they don't find it. I mean, there was some happy faces on the previous game, so you know, there's like a Twitter tweets that you know how it started, how it's going. So the faces are not so happy anymore. It's getting more serious. We can actually see the NIP guys actually smiling after a while. So this is definitely telling a story. They got to be feeling good about the situation. They have been getting so many rounds. Of course, they lost 1 on the middle, but still getting back on the streak, getting 2, getting the double digits. Just 2 rounds remaining. They're gonna actually have these remaining rounds as well. Of course, at Naza they have a chance, but they have to find the solutions. Just like you said, Black. It's just so hard for them currently. They just don't seem to find the key.
Yeah, and even the previous round, they got the opening kills, but still able to turn things around. Broland, oh no, Broland is going to spot our Pokemon, but this time Pokemon is going to come out on top. 2 kills for him. This time they need to convert. They can't allow to slip away as they go poking and prodding. Pro plays around the corner as well. Rez, we see how deadly he can be in his position, but he will be put down. And the flank coming in from Almazer as well. There's no way they were expecting this. Plopsky, oh, the timing, the window of opportunity here for Almazer to strike down upon them, and indeed, he will. There's this tiny little contingent here, you know, some of the friends and the families of the Naza guys. They're making quite a bit of noise. I'd love to see it, although tomorrow we'll have the full-fledged crowd coming out. But whatever rounds they can get at this point, Naza are going to take it. If they can get to 5 rounds, at least there's something, you know, something to still work with. But still a long, long way to go for the side of Naza. At least now they have the op in the hands of Almazer. They have the AK, have the A1, a couple of FAMASs, and they're going to be trying to at least get round number 5 here. But Nip is still looking to ruin their day. I like this aggression coming out, but S-Attack is going to be holding the line.
Yeah, there we go. The first early aggression. Probo's gonna fall down. Naza, they found the key, or the key is mid for it. Probo's gonna go for the second one. Pokemon's gonna fall down as well. Got great start. 2 FAMASs, 1 AWP remaining on the Naza side, so they don't have to stick with the pistols. But yeah, it's not the optimal lineup definitely at this stage. Only 40 seconds on the round, and they have lost 2 guns. And meanwhile, Easy Tag is going to continue where he left off. Bob's going to continue as well. And only Almazer remaining with AWP. Hiding on A long. All the NIP players circling around the B side. The plan's going to go down definitely on the side. And Almazer, I think the only viable option is going to be trying to save the AWP. But no, it's not going to matter because the last round of the half. So he's going to try to go for it. So let's see how many he can pick. He's going to try to go for it. He's going to put the backside towards the NIP players. They're actually going to move couple of players all the way towards the A side as they want to get the kill as fast as possible. They're hiding there on the usual places, and Almazer, he might not know what's going to be hitting him because Almazer finds Resto, and there's going to be a second one. The no-scope's not going to be connecting, and ZTR gets the final shot with the Tech 9. So NIP happily kind of like taking the first half of the second map.
Whereas even bringing out the knife, you know, a little bit of a life in the side, life in the side of Nip, and why the hell not, right? This is a huge T side coming out from them on the map pick, and honestly speaking, they've done their work. Like you've built up so much of a massive lead, 11-4 on the T side of Overpass. CD side is just going to be so much more easier, so much more comfortable for them to close us out on. It's not anywhere close to what Mirage was looking, where it was so back and forth, neck and neck throughout the entire game. And yeah, the individuals as well really waking up. Rez has been supremely impactful. Some of the kills he's been hitting. We saw that clutch as well against Pokemon, who was like on like 20 HP or something. And then we've seen ZTR getting multiple rounds. Again, ZTR coming in as a stand-in for Hampus and being the entry, being the impact player as well, trying to basically replicate what Hampus does for his team, which is not easy at all. Here we go, the CD side now for the side of the Swedes. And for Nasser, it's going to be all 5 players on Glocks and armor. No utility. They're going to be going for the duels. 3 players grouped up together, working as a pack. And Plopsky, not seeing anyone, will slowly fade back into the A-bomb site.
Yeah, he's completely alone there. So Nasser, if they're going to change the direction as they're coming out of the stairs, definitely Plopsky should be getting all that information. There's going to be an engagement happening at the B shot. Rumon's going to be finding 1, finding 2. A great start from Nasser, but yeah, the bomb is actually moving all the way towards the A side. So just remind, will go as a one-man army how much damage he can deal. Rez is going to find him down. Meanwhile, the rest of Nasser is going to be moving on the A side. The bomb's going to go down on the ground, and NIP, they will need to go for the retake with only 2 members. Boris going to be waiting here. Rez should be falling, and that's the case exactly. An easy attack is going to be challenging now. We'll find Boros, so it's going to be 2 versus 1. An easy attack, the last man standing, going to be taken down, and the pistol round will go for Nasser.
Finally, a couple of smiles. Couple of smiles on the faces of the Nasser players. They won both the pistols. They've won both the pistols, and yet they trail 11-5. Now, for Nib, they have a lot of options. Listen, if they want to go for the buy here, for the forced buy, they might as well. They can still go for it. They have so many rounds to work with, but instead, they're going to exercise a lot of restraint. They're going to be sticking just with the pistols here. A deagle for Rez, that's about it. And for the side of Nasser, well, there's a full-fledged buy. Not a single SMG being purchased either. They're going to be opting to go for the rifles here, and a long stack from Nib.
They're hiding on the A-long. Let's see how this is going to go down. Nazar might not be expecting this. There's going to be definitely stacking. They're trying to find the information. Reyes just holding that angle, waiting when somebody's going to be parking right there. But yeah, we can see Boros going to be having a peek, and there's going to be 2 guys watching on that direction. He's going to find something, tries to take all 3 down with a spray starting from above. And there we go, Albert is going to come for the trade. Jet TR finds 1, and they know where the guy's going to be hiding. Spray from Profile finds 2, and that is Plopsky and GTR falling down. Just Brawl remaining for NIP, and he's going to be trying to backstab from the different direction. Let's see what he has on his sleeves, as he's just sneaking a little bit there on the backside, as Nazar will make the move to go towards the side on the A-long.
Yeah, able to kind of deal with that stack from the side of Nip, you know, pretty convincingly. Good, nice little spray as well from Pro Play. All the 4 members grouped up, ensuring that Broland's not given any opportunity whatsoever to even get a single frag. And Pokemon has spotted him out, and he's going to be brave enough to take this deal. USP against the AK, especially at that range. It is going to be Nasser getting to round number 6. Now, the question is The million-dollar question here, Copter, can they contend against the defense from NIP once the guns come into play? And indeed it is. There's not going to be any AWP out early on here for S-Attack, but you will have the rifles. There you have it. 5 M4A1s, quite a bit of utility as well. No kits, however. But then again, if you kill all your... If you kill your opponents and if they don't get the bomb done, you don't need a kit.
Well, I mean, that's the question, definitely. I mean, everybody wants to know the answer, and I don't have it. We just have to watch all the games, then we know what's going to happen there. But I mean, Naza, if they want to change the momentum, it's going to be happening pretty much right now. If NIP is allowed to take that, you know, the control with the guns once again, then of course Naza got to be in trouble. They have been able to catch a couple rounds, 6 to 11. It's not like impossible situation, just 5 rounds of gap between them, but it's still 5 rounds. And yeah, Naza, if they can now get a victory, you know, put NIP out of the guns, once again, then it's definitely a good one. But if NIP gets that, then I don't know how far they will go. I mean, they just might start another streak, and we know how deadly it can be when NIP gets the mood and the flow going on.
Well, let's see if Naster still has a fight inside of them here in map number 2. Roland playing at the edge of the smoke, a tiny little angle. Oh, it's getting peppered by the tentative shots getting taken by Almazer. At least the double walls will provide him a semblance of cover for the time being. Naster being methodical, being slow and methodical as Boros with the nade and molly combo clearing out. His Pokemon will finally take on Brolan. He's just been having a rough time this round, but ZTR able to strike back. Great flashback from S-Attack. The 2 CTs holding onto the A bomb site, but with 27 seconds remaining on the clock, it is going to be Naster just heading into its A S-Attack. The one-man army able to find 2, but finally he will fall. 2v2 bomb will be planted.
Yeah, it's going to go down. Remind with 9 HP only. So we'll see how the retake's going to go. NIP, they have the energy. We can see Rez actually going all the way to the toilets. And Propel is going to be watching that angle. So there we go. The spray is going to be happening. That's the headshot on the backside. Just Plopsky remaining. Can he make it happen? Can he turn the tide here? So close, finds Remind all the way to the smokes, and no pro play. They know that he's going to be hiding on the toilet. Samol is going to go right there, tries to go for the fake defusal, just waiting for that peek is going to happen, and Plopsky gets that kill, and in NIP they will go for the defusal, and they will get the 12th round on the board.
Do they though? I don't think he's got the time. No, he doesn't have the time. Naster, they're going to steal it away. Oh, they took just a couple of seconds too long, and NIP, oh, that's got to be gutting. And Naster, listen, doesn't matter how they win the rounds. As long as they're winning it and bringing this, making this comeback happen, they're going to be happy with it. Although that being said, they do lose all players. So, but still, they have money in the bank. They were able to keep all 4 alive against just the pistols for NIP. Speaking of pistols, the Swedes, they're back to the pistols once more. 7-11, and all of a sudden, the deficit, it's down to 4. And as long as they play the cards right this round, it should be down to just the 8. Great flashback, but Almazer opts not to face.
Yeah, this is like an emotional roller coaster for the players and for us as well. I don't know about the viewers. I hope that they're going to be experiencing the same as well. The climb of Naza, and we'll see how far they will go. We can see Almazer getting the early kill. It's nobody else than Easy Tack who's going to be taken down. The guy who has been dealing so much damage. Of course, going to spot down one of the CTs from the B side hiding on the back of the site. But yeah, not gonna get that kill. So meanwhile, the bomb's gonna start slowly moving towards the B side. Boros wants to go and open up. We'll find one, and there's gonna be more for the taking as they will go and try to hunt down the remaining players. That's gonna be one more falling down. Boros is gonna be taken down by Rez. Remind's gonna go for the trade, but Rez is gonna find Remind as well. Just Rez remaining. Can he be the savior of NIP? Single-handedly trying to hold the side. The bomb's gonna be there as well. They will come forward. Rez finds one, but Almazer gets the kill in the end, and Naza, they will get it. It's not easy, but they will still get it.
Yeah, great opening kills coming in from Boros there, and they were actually walking into the stack. NIP had rotated all the players back in, but again, you've got to remember, that was just a pistol upgrade coming in. There wasn't a full investment from the Swedes, and they deal quite a bit of damage to the money of Naster. But still, a round is a round. Round number 8. 3 remain for Naster to tie things up, but now we will have the rifles out once more for Nip. That Molotov will land, and then you can see clearly that they're much more comfortable on this map as opposed to Naster, but still, it's a 3-round deficit here for mixed Pug team. Again, just reminding everyone, they're like 2-3 stand-ins for this team, right? And they're not even ranked on HLTV. I don't think this lineup has ever played an official together. And And they're going up against one of the best teams in the world, albeit with a stand-in still for, with ZTR coming in for Hampus. And still they're making it competitive, 8-11 right now. But Boros and Remind have taken so much damage. Almazer though, he's gonna be caught. Yes, he will. ZTR and Broland getting simultaneous kills.
Yeah, there we go. That is the advantage for NIP, and still Remind very low, so they will find the one low player, and they will find one with the full HP as well, so still gonna keep Remind only with 25. So it's like a half a roster, I mean, with the HP if you compare that. But anyways, NIP, they are still just, very patiently waiting what Naza wants to do, and they haven't completely decided. They are trying to find those picks, because you Remind kind of like watching what is happening at the B side. Plopsky just waiting for that angle if there's going to be a peak coming all the way above the wall, but that's not the case. Broland just holding the A side, that nobody will be moving all the way from the toilets. And it's a slow play, 35 seconds. Naza hasn't picked the bomb, so they got to go for it. Remond's going to be sent to pick that up. And meanwhile, the two other players are going to be watching what is happening at the A side. But Easy Tag is going to be there with AWP, will land the shot. And there's going to be a secondary player, a secondary kill available as well. But he's going to be withdrawing a little bit. But the time is running out, 15 seconds. They will have to make the move, and it just might be that Naza, they need to save the guns. That's the case here. They don't have the time anymore. 10 seconds only remaining, so they're going to be completely pinched here and just waiting for the time to run out.
Yeah, they can still go for a pretty solid buy here. Almazer can drop he can drop at least one weapon for Boros. It's $6,600. He can drop a gun for Boros. Pokemon can buy for himself. Pro play, he didn't use any of the utility he had, so they will still have utility to work with, although one of them will have to just maybe wield a Galil or maybe a Deagle, just so he can afford that extra bit of nades and flashes and whatnot. But Nip, first round on board here on the CT side. 12-8 though. 4 more remain for the Swedes to take us to map number 3, which will be taking place here later on if Nip are able to tie things up. There we go. Galil's going to be coming out from Pokemon. He decides he wants the firepower over the utility. 4 Aegis in play here for Naster, but with the lack of utility they have, they might have to go for something a little bit more faster, something a little bit more aggressive, because they have 2 flashes and a Molotov remaining. That is all they have.
Yeah, that's not a much, to be honest. It's very hard to create a surprise element, and there we go. Rumon's gonna find that Boros gets a second, and that is a breach, my friend.
Oh!
Gets you out with a huge spray, gets 2 down as well, so that's gonna be 3 versus 3. The whole situation changes in a matter of seconds, and now Naza, they're gonna be trying to use the momentum. They are sending more troops in. Let's go, boys. Let's go those guys down. They will spot 1 from the B shot, and that's the spray. Just gonna be trading that down. 2 versus 2. The spray is gonna be going all the way. Both sides. Easy tag. The last man standing with the AWP. Can he get those 2 guys down from the site?
Well, they do have no smokes to cross and over. This is the problem. How did they plant the bomb? How did they get into the bomb site, right? Esadak with the AWP. He's got a nade as well, and a well-placed nade could find pro play. Crosshairs trained on the pillar. Nasser still 40 seconds to work with. Eventually, they will have to make a move. They are so wary of the fact that he could be coming in from CT, and Esatak's going to reposition himself. If he stuck around towards Heaven, there was no way they're going to be able to cross and over, but that little bit of window of opportunity, they've managed to somehow thread the needle. Or not yet, Ashen's still creeping on up. And this is a chance for Esatak. He's got to go a little bit of combat opping. 1v2 on the side, up close and personal. The op in hand. The bomb is going to be planted. He should find a no-scope here. Indeed, he will. Now it's a 1v1. 13 seconds. S-Attack, missed shot. Doesn't quite fire the shot, though. Pokemon and S-Attack. The 1v1, and Pokemon will clutch it out. A hard-fought round for Nasser. This is despite the heroics of ZTR, finding 3 kills on that B bomb site, but somehow Nasser will steal it away.
I mean, who else than Pokemon? I mean, he has been getting so many final kills for the round. Such a huge impact player, to be honest. Once again, solving the puzzle for Naza. Easy Tech gets the no-scope from through the wall, but Pokemon, he's just going to go for the trade immediately, and that is a job well done. Naza, they will make that happen. They got on the site, and there's nothing, well, there's something which Eastak was able to do, but not to find the final kill, unfortunately. And NIP, they're going to be forced to take their first tactical pause. And that's actually pretty late on the game. They were definitely feeling good earlier, but now they're going to be losing some rounds. Naza almost, again, back on the double digits. We saw this happening on the last map as well. NIP on the lead, Naza creeping there all the way, getting tied, and then just going past. And NIP, they got to know that it can also happen in Overpass.
Indeed, it's going to be just at the back of the minds right now for Nip. They will still have no trouble going for the buy, though. And the op once more in the hands of S-Attack. See a distinct lack of a kit, however. And for Nasser, much better utility this time around. It's kind of crazy how they had just the one flashbang, and that enabled them to open up the B bomb side. I do believe it was Pro Play getting the first 2 opening kills from the monster position. But now 12 and 9. And as you said it best. Great opportunity here for Naza to get a double digits. But this aggressive, hyper-aggressive posturing from NIP, are they going to be expecting Brolan inside of Playground is the question as Pro Play. Tentatively walking out towards Fountain.
Yeah, but Naza, they're just not running to the situation. They're watching the corners. They have learned something on the way. They didn't do that on the first map all the time. They still won it, but now they got to be checking all the corners so carefully. Pro Player, the guy who you mentioned, Black, got the important kills on the last game. He can also be getting the important kills on this round as well, because he's basically holding 2 of those guys, just watching, almost staring them on their eyes as they're just behind that wall. Tries to get that information. Easy tech. Let's see what's going to happen next. He's going to try to have that peek. He can actually find the backside of the player, and there we go. The first kill's going to go the way of Easy Tech and NIP. Pro Play falling down slowly but steadily. NIP just holding it. They want to get these guys down one by one. Meanwhile, Naza, they're going to be moving all the players towards the B site, and the bomb, it's almost there, but 3 guys on the site holding for it. It's going to be a hard place to breach, but I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen fast.
Yeah, but the trick is getting utility, right? Just have the one flashback and out Perez, making it look so easy. An absolute shutdown of the B bomb side. Almazer, there's nothing he can do. Op in hand, he's been spotted as well. And the moment Estak gets that kill, Plopsky, he knows what Almazer's holding. He knows the angle. Doesn't even have to show himself, easily perforating him through the board there. And this is like the moment Estak gets the kill and Brolan pushes into Playground, they know what the game is. They know it's going to be a B play coming in. Obviously, there's no tease towards Connector. There's no tease towards the Playground area. Brolan's already going in for the flank. So yeah, that's usually what happens when you have just one player on the other bomb side trying to maybe sell a fake. He gets taken down. Map control with the CTs. You're walking into a trap. And NIP actually called attack time, and I like this, right? They win the one round, but they're like, listen, this is our chance to close this one out. There's no need for them to get any more rounds and make things even more hairier, like how it was in Mirage, and just to calm things through and just like try and close out the map and take us to map number 3. Well played round there from the side of NIP. That aggressive posturing, the aggressive defense towards the Fountain position, really yielding huge results.
Yeah, Naza. Well, they don't have the money, as we can see. Only 1 AK on the hands of Profla. And that's all they have. 1 flashbang and what's it? 1 fake actually gonna be poured as well. Pokemon's gonna try to play with that one. They do have the Eagle. Brawl's gonna go for the early aggression. Gonna put some nades on the board. But yeah, will not be catching much for damage. Boros getting something. Some damage, 59 still remaining though, so it's not like a huge issue. But yeah, 4 Deagles anyways versus all the guns on the hands of NIP, so it's not gonna be easy. And I mean, Naza, they want to go with the slow play. They don't want to like show the cards right away what they have. You know, a couple of the shots with the AK, they might be guessing, oh, they don't have a safe, safe round, eco round, whatever. And but now they will just go inside. They're gonna try to stack there a little bit and try to find if there's any player for the taking right next to the restrooms, but that is not the case. NIP, they have fallen back on the sides. 2 on B, 3 on A, and they are just holding it. So definitely the tactical timeout which they took, they have changed something.
Yeah, and here's the thing for Naza, right? Like, they've gone for the forced investment, and Almazer actually dropping the AK-47 towards Proplay, who has been very impactful on his T side, getting a lot of opening kills, but just a distinct lack of utility. It just makes him feel super uncomfortable. 45 seconds, another smoke from NIP that's going to delay them for at least 10 more seconds and going to come down to 3 seconds. Oh, the nade is absolutely perfect. 1 flashbang, all they have. 30 seconds on the clock. And S-Attack, he's daring them. He's being the bait with the AWP, but the 2... Oh, he's actually going to land the wall bag. He's going to find Boros. Now he's getting hunted down, but Brolan is there nearby to be the bodyguard, and it's going to be easy shooting indeed for the side of NIP. 14-9 to remain for them to take us to map number 3.
Yeah, if there's somebody who I would like to join, going duck hunting, it would be Easy Tech right now. I mean, just getting those shots all the way through the wall. I can just imagine like ducks hiding on the trees, whatever, behind the trees. He's got shot all the way through the trees and find all the targets they can. And of course, Prolan with that excellent angle all the way from the start of the long, just, you know, keeps that angle. And as the guys are walking, and they just have no chance at all because they have all the angles covered. And now we're gonna be going for the next round. NIP, they can force the issue. They can try to go all the way till 15, and then of course try to close the map as well afterwards. But yeah, before that, because the Res getting one, Focus to fall down, Bro's gonna be getting Boros as well. So definitely NIP, they're gonna be hunting once again. That AW shit is gonna be actually, well, be missed unfortunately, so easy tag will not land the target this time, but there's going to be more opportunities. The flick's going to be happening as well. There we go, one is going to be traded in the end, but there's going to be more cavalry coming for the side. NIP, they have the manpower. Now let's see. Oh, that is a bummer, and Jet TR just closes the round.
Well, Nip making quick work of that eco coming in from Nasser. And for Nasser, they just a couple of rounds prior, they committed to the force spy with the Deagles and the Hero AK-47, meaning they knew that they would only have the Glocks to work with come round number 24, and that means heading into what is map point for NIP. 6 opportunities for the Swedes to take us to map number 3 here. And for Nasser, this is the potentially the final buy. We even have the Krieg coming out from Almazer. Once again, really opting to go for the rifles instead of really going for, you know, really investing in much utility. And ZTR, what a brilliant flashback from Rez as well, enabling him to find himself a free kill. And not just getting the kill, but the fact that there's a lack of presence towards short from the side of Nasser, that's going to allow a couple of players from the B bomb side to pivot back towards A and bolted that defense. As for Nasser, I won't lie, like, apart from the first few rounds they had, and bear in mind, this is 15-9 with Nasser winning both the pistol rounds as well. This has been NIP through and through.
Yeah, it's going to be, well, the angle for Braun's going to be working on. We'll spot the second player as well, but we'll decide to just fall back a little bit. Wants to give some kills for the other members as well. Jet TR over in the backside finds Proflay as well, and now Almazer completely alone gets one, but I mean, there's going to be still 4 guys remaining. It's going to be very complicated, and that's about it. Plopsky is going to take that final kill, and NIP, they will confirm that they will tie the series to 1-1.
Yeah, just a very composed Nip coming in as they tie things up. I love the fact that a few people in the crowd. Obviously, it's still close today. This is just the, you know, the family and friends of the Nasser guys still cheering their team on. It's going to be Nuke where we're going to be finding the winner of this matchup. But for the side of Nip, the good sign is they won it 16-9 while losing both the pistol rounds, right? So it was still the fact that they lost the pistol rounds. And, you know, there are a couple of rounds which could have gone either way. But apart from that, the way they put together that first half, for me, the T side was just some great stuff coming out from Nip. And it looked like it was just kind of easy. And they did a very good job of just kind of ignoring or kind of forgetting what transpired in Mirage.
I really love the fact that they decided it's going to be Nuke, to be honest. I mean, that is just an excellent map to, you know, to play with the Nasser, because it's like a small area. There's a lot of like surprise angles as well. But before we're going to be heading there, I think we have to get some coffee, and once again, of course, from Tim Hortons. So yeah, you get one as well, and we're going to be definitely refreshing ourselves.
I get one, you get one, hopefully everyone else gets one. But we're going to be going to a very quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, after that, we have the desk to break down what was a pretty cool game coming in from Nip.
Yeah, it sucks.
This is the last.
Hey, I don't think we've been there yet.
Seriously? With this?
Oh, new faces. I just updated the assortment today. Come on, stop staring. Buy something.
That's all I have, buddy. Let's go, I guess.
No, old chap. That's as much as you need.
This is much better, man. What's that you got there?
I got a better one.
Well, see, you didn't want to go. Look how much we got.
Hellcase. Your favorite skins in one place.
My old phone used to freeze with the apps that used a lot of power. They keep loading in the background. Then almost definitely there's going to be a lag. With iPhone, I haven't experienced that. My name is Amandeep, and I switched to iPhone.
NIP do survive on Overpass. We did kind of expect it. It was a much better performance from NIP, but it wasn't from the stars you would usually look at with this. Now, we spoke about ZTR knowing his way around Overpass, looking good. He was on it like Sonic, trying to make up for all of the wrongness that went down on Mirage and take us to a third. But I will still say that at times I was losing the comfortability. There was a moment where I think it got to like 12-9 or 12-8. And you start to think, Naza, maybe you got a chance in this again. Maybe you can do this.
Yeah, I think it was even 12-9 at that point, and it was one of these rounds like that could have really gone into Nazar's way of shifting the momentum and the economy in their way, forcing NIP into another reset after that, and it could have gone worse. I feel like, you know, obviously after that first half 11-4, it was like, okay, yeah, it's done. But Naza still, they're putting up a fight, they're putting up, you know, rounds, they're going for these plays, they're not, you know, stale or indecisive in their moments, and I really like that. But, you know, Overpass, Nuke now coming up, it's really tough maps to have low amounts of time to practice and get to know each other on the server, so it's gonna be a super tough test for them.
Yeah, I really want to give massive props to CTR. You mentioned it, James, saying that he's not like the usual suspect when it comes to fraggers and when it comes to star players in NIP, but I like the fact that he's actually, you know, playing some solid Counter-Strike. He wasn't too bad at IEM Dallas, and he started off this tournament by playing some decent Counter-Strike as well. He was by far the best player here for NIP, involved in a lot of opening duels as well, sort of like taking half his role upon himself, which is exactly what I would have liked to see. He didn't do that on Mirage, but here in Overpass, he was the guy involved in a lot of the stuff. So, I mean, NIP, they win the game, and I agree, you know, there were certain moments in the game where I'm like, NIP, it should have been more clean. We shouldn't give them 9 rounds. You shouldn't give them the, I guess, the benefit, right, of thinking that there's a chance right now, that we may have a chance of coming back. But outside of that, I think NIP played somewhat decent, and I'm super happy to see CTR playing well. I think that's the main takeaway right here, that the youngster who's, I guess, given a second chance to prove himself in Tier 1 Counter-Strike is actually making the most out of the chance.
I do want to touch on Brolan a bit here, guys, because both games now, he's just not looked very comfortable. And this is supposed to be the start, right? And everyone was so hyped about him coming back into this every year.
Yeah, but I think it also, I mean, we do forget that these players are super young. I mean, Brolan is age 19, you know, we have Klopsky on 20. I mean, the most senior player is S-Tag, who's obviously adjusting in a way with Swedish and all that kind of stuff, changing roles. So I think, you know, that leadership that Hampus has and the ability to make people relax, that he as an individual really shines in. I think they're missing that, because you could see the frowns, you could see that they're nervous. They're like, now they came out swinging. I think they're a bit more comfortable, but I could still see hesitant moments from them where they didn't really know what to do or didn't feel comfortable, as you said, especially Brolan, who usually is you know, a big game player, and if Brolan steps up, I don't really see a chance for Naza. That's gonna be like the last you know, nail in the coffin coming into a Nuke. And Brolan is a super important player there, usually you know, holding door and around main and playing around the smokes, and is really good at stopping these door explodes. So he's definitely going to be a key player for them, holding that inside sight, because Nuke, new team, you're not gonna be going for all that secret control yard, CT yard takes at all times. You need a lot of protocols for that to make it work and to make it consistent to get rounds. So inside is just an easy way to maybe get some rounds with some simple fakes on yard.
Well, that's certainly what we're gonna have to see. Like some, I also think actually when we're looking at the NIP side of things, I don't know how good we expect ZTR to be calling wise on this. I remember during Dallas when I was speaking to DGL, he was saying very much the other teammates are being vocal and helping out. Do you think it's gonna have to be a full team effort, not just on the fragging department, but also leading it when it comes to Nuke?
I mean, he's gonna have to get some help from the team as well. Obviously, CTR will be the guy with the last say, most likely. But the players who are playing on the main roster, especially guys like Res and Plopsky, who's been around this roster for a long time, they gotta take initiative as well. They gotta help him out and be that, at the very least, the second voice of the team. So I'm not too worried about CTR. I don't remember him from I don't remember him, honestly, from We Play Academy League to be like one of the guys, you know, owning it up on Nuke. I don't even think the academy team of Young Ninjas played too much Nuke, but he is somewhat comfortable, and I think just the fact that he's having a good game individually right now is going to give him a lot of confidence in his calls as well. And as I said, NIP, CT side, it's pretty much, you know, just sticking to what they know, and T side, they have a lot of defaults, they have a lot of strats they can pull out, and I'm sure CTR and DGL have already, you know, coordinated the first 3 or 4 calls already. So maybe we get into a scenario where it's all of a sudden 10-10 or 12-12, and then CTR will have to step up and show that he's man for it. But honestly speaking, I kind of expect NIP to ride away with Nuke relatively early, and also in a fashion where DGL have probably already planned the first, you know, couple of buy rounds, so CTR doesn't have to worry too much about that.
Yeah, one thing I don't want to see is if we look back on Mirage, there was a lot of pocket strats, there was a lot of, you know, from the spawn you could see what direction they would go straight from the start. This is not something we saw on Overpass. It was basically a little bit more puggy, a little bit more, you know, I always like to use the term balls to the walls kind of playing, where you know, you just bring it all out and you push the opponent, you pressure them so much that that basically they can't handle it, and you're always going to get openings, you're going to get timings, force rotations, and I think that is something that I want to see from NIP even on Nuke. It's a much harder map to do it on, but I still want to see that individual decision making shine through instead of that tactical perhaps presence. I don't think they need to really push the tactical that much. Open up individually and let people get into the groove of the game.
Well, I love the fact that you said balls to the wall and bring it all out. You know what I'm going to bring out? Some lovely words towards CS Money to get us out of your crazy words, definitely. Because you can make your CS go great again with CS Money. Bring emotions with new skins and be the game changer. Go and check out CS Money. We're obviously fantastically supporting the tournament. And also, if you want to go out to the UAE and visit some places where you can live your moments in Ras Al Khaimah, you can see it up above. Go check it out. Some adventure, luxury, culture, nature, everything going down over here. And obviously, the players are getting to enjoy Dubai right now. Whichever team gets eliminated after this, they will be able to enjoy Dubai for sure. But will it be NIP or will it be Naza? Now, certainly, we're going to be back to saying, yes, NIP are definitely the favourites. They should have been the favourites to get a 2-0 in this. But Naza showed us some class when it came to Mirage, that's for sure. But this Nuke game, like you guys already mentioned, it is going to be an interesting one by far. And then whoever gets to start CT side right, that's going to be the one where we get to say, okay, then you need to really get off to a flying start. But even like, look how NIP started on Overpass. We look at it, was 11-4 first half on their T side. And the fact that we even started to see there was a part at the beginning, remember, there's a strong 4 rounds together straight off the back of it. You think, oh, they got a chance. Luckily, it gets shut down. But I mean, I'm not going to underestimate Naza anymore. Are you?
You shouldn't underestimate them, for sure, but still, we should also be realistic about NIP. I don't think it's too big of a problem if they were to start at the T side. I also looked towards the squad, right? Looked up their stats on Nuke in particular, and the highest rated player for NIP the past 3 months on Nuke is Plopsky, and he's usually the weak link. So you have a lot of firepower when it comes to NIP. As said, I don't think CTR is going to be too big of an issue for NIP. And as I also said, you know, going into this matchup when we first saw the map pool right here, Nuke to me is the map in the map pool where you need the absolute most team play. One player not understanding the game plan, one player not holding his position accordingly, could be the ramp guy, could be an inside player. That is enough to make the entire thing fall apart. We've seen it on many teams. A ramp player that doesn't do well, that's it. Ramp is a weak spot. You have an inside player who's not doing well. I remember Kyojin in Vitality. There was a long period when every single team playing Vitality, when they were on the T side up against the Vitality CT side, they would just absolutely go inside against Kyojin because he just couldn't hold it. He just couldn't figure it out. So that's my point right here. I think there's too many weak links within Naza for me to bank them on winning. But that being said, as James so rightfully said right here, never say never. But honestly, I don't believe it.
I mean, you have to paint maybe, I mean, it's maybe not the most realistic scenario, but at least paint a little bit of a possible success story for Naza, because if they do win that knife round, if they do start on that CT side, and we start to see many early passes from DGL on the T side, I think they're gonna get flustered a little bit NIP, because the pressure might be mounting. We saw how relaxed they were going into the first map. They do seem a lot more relaxed now, so we will see if they've learned their lesson, or if they're gonna go in with the same mentality they did the first map, that they should win instead of them fighting to win.
Yeah, I also want to see on Nip, right, like some more smiles on the faces, enjoying it, but also still being focused. Don't let it slip away. Don't give them away in, because one thing we've known from Naza, even when that little mini sort of a comeback came in on Overpass, it was off the back of that momentum, and I think that's definitely something they get hyped out about. And they also seem, even though we haven't got a crowd in today, it's going to come tomorrow and the next day, will be they still got like a little crowd of their own supporters and their own team behind them, because they are on local ground, as it be, at least for the organization, and that can certainly play a factor too.
Yeah, for sure. Even as a matter of fact, I know NIP's owner Jonas Gunnarsson is down there with his family in the arena right now watching the game. So there's a bit of a crowd, at least supporting NIP. For Naza, as you said, I think them just being in the game right now, them still playing, them going into a third map is a surprise in itself. And I would still advise them to just go in with no pressure whatsoever. They cannot disappoint. If they were to lose 16-5, we're all going to be like, well, that's what we expected. Well done, guys. Nice try. Whereas if they make a game out of it, if they make it competitive, let's say it's all of a sudden a 12-12 scenario, then that is in itself for me a win for Naza already. And it's also one of the things I want to highlight right here for NIP. They're playing OG tomorrow if they were to win this game, and if they have to struggle beating Naza, losing a map and maybe perhaps going into overtime on Nuke or playing a close Nuke game, there's no way they're going to beat OG tomorrow. So I want to see NIP make a statement right here if they want to have a stance of not only winning the semifinal tomorrow, but winning the tournament as they are the favorites to do.
You're still sitting, even after what you've seen, Pim, you're still sitting with saying Nip are the favourites to win.
Mousesports are the favourites to win the tournament. NIP, they have to show me that they're still the favourites. If they can't beat Naza convincingly right here, just throw them out in the trash can, man. Move on.
Okay, what's going to be convincing? Give me some scorelines. I'll start with you, Pim.
Single digit.
Single digit? What about you, Devilwalk?
I think it's probably going to end up in a 16-6, 16-5 to NIP.
Biased.
Okay.
Biased.
Devilwalk's actually never biased towards the Swedes. Never. I don't take you're not really a Swedish stan, are you, in that sense, Devilwalk?
No, I'm not. And I mean, I've had my rivalries with NIP in the past, so I might not always automatically cheer for them.
So you actually just want to see him go out, right? You want to see Naza just wreck him? I
mean, I always cheer for underdogs, no matter nationality. I'm sure Pimp can tell me I'm correct with that assessment. I did a lot in the green room at the major. I was always routing for the underdogs.
Yeah, I guess being an underdog for your entire life makes you feel bad for those guys. So good.
How many majors you got, Pip?
Not enough. I actually think I lost a major game to the guy laughing right now. So yeah, let's move on, James.
See, Devil doesn't even say it. I'll just say it for him,
Yeah.
You gotta be careful on your words.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Pip, you're used to supporting underdogs now anyway, because that's Astralis in every game.
Well, there was a period, for 3 years when they actually won stuff. But you're right, they've been absolute shit as of late, to be straight up honest with you.
We're in the same situation, Pimp.
We're in the same situation, To be fair, Swedish Counter-Strike has been in the dumpster as well. But I'm looking forward, to see it return. I think it's getting better, both for, at least for Swedish Counter-Strike. Not too sure about Astralis just yet, but we'll wait and see.
We have eyeballers now.
Yeah, congratulations with another washed-up team.
Thank you.
Wow, another washed-up team. Oh yeah, I'm all in on eyeballers. Bring it back. Let's roll it back.
I like the project, but I want to see it happen before. Like it's been what, 2 years now for those guys trying to figure it out. I want to see them back, but I want to see it be first.
These are some young players mixed in with the other old guard. You know, this one can work.
Yeah. Is that the same about siblings, didn't they?
Oh man. Well, we've gone deep dived on this. We're waiting to get into Nuke. I want to see Nuke go down. That's the beautiful trophy they are looking to fight for.
That's cool.
At the end of it all on the Saturday. Yeah, that's cool. It's actually very nice. First time we've seen it. Look at that, all pretty going. Oh, want to keep going for the full spin of the whole thing. But a nice trophy up for grabs. People say Mouse and NIP, but NIP have got to deal the damage onto Naza here. If you're Naza though, Devilwalk, right? Again, you've been enjoying it, yeah? I'm sure, okay, Overpass wasn't fun in the sense you were getting smacked for a lot of the time, but you put up some good counter, better than what anyone expected coming into it. So how would you feel they're mentally going to be into this? You think it's just going to be the same kind of attitude and impact coming in? That same no fear?
I think they have to. I think it's actually an advantage that the second map wasn't that close, because I think they would have been mentally unprepared to deal with that situation, that they were so close to winning a second map. So it's actually, weirdly enough, an advantage for an inexperienced team to lose the second map hard or harder than close, so that they can mentally just say like, okay, let's drop this, let's bring what we brought the first map, you know, all that, you know, no fear. But Nuke is a little bit different. You have to start a little bit different on Nuke. You can't just go full aggression, because then you're gonna be completely shut down. So they do need to slowly make their way, force a rotation, and then start defaulting in that aggressive way. And we will see if they can figure that out.
I know we're still looking at like Boros and Pokemon in here as being like the heavy hitters for it. Have they impressed you enough to be able to keep going map after map here, Pimp?
I hope so. I think Boris has cemented himself as a decent player, a great talent. I think we saw him at Blast, we've seen him at Endpoint, and today as well. You know, that's one of the takeaways I'm leaving this match with from now, is that Boris is still a very decent player. For Pokemon, let's be honest, I've only seen him play 2 maps, and so far so good. So I hope he can keep it up, but saying that I know he will would just be a straight up lie. I will say though that he's impressed me, and I think that goes for the entirety of Naza. It's a very interesting team as well when you look at some of the players, right? Almacer as well. I remember him in Force actually doing a good job. He was one of the players who I felt was very stable. He was a smart player as well. So to see him now involved in this project is very interesting as well. So as we kind of begun this game with James, it's a learning experience for everyone, and it still is for Naza. I hope they can make a game out of it. I hope they get into the double digits, but as said, it's going to be tough regardless of how we turn it around.
Certainly is going to be tough. And Nip are a team that at least have built up into it after what we saw on Overpass. When it comes, obviously, the fact that we saw them choose, this is on Nasa's side, they chose Nuke over Inferno, though, it does lead me to at least believe this is the one they feel more comfortable on Devilwalk. Or do you think they maybe just banned it out because obviously Nips actually, it's not a bad map for them, it's not their best, but it's still a solid map for them. So do you think maybe that could be the reason?
I mean, if I'm gonna be completely honest, it's probably a reason where they picked 3 to 4 maps to practice before this event, and they've just decided that Nuke is gonna be one of them, and Inferno isn't. So they kind of have to gamble their way into a veto no matter what, because if you're gonna have a solid map pool going into a tournament with 2 stand-ins, that's gonna be very difficult to just pop up in theory and make sure everyone understands everything. So I'm sure they've focused on very set specific maps, and maybe they take people by surprise by preparing a really well thought out Nuke.
It's never a good sign though when you see the admin going up to the coach halfway through like we're still waiting to get into the game. Something's definitely not gone to you right here, just here. We hopefully will start soon enough. You see the players are making sure they're still all warmed up and focused on it. And they need to be focused when it comes to this. For me, you cannot allow Naza to start off strong in any way, even if they start on the CT side. We need to see a bit of that back and forth. We should also talk about Nasa's pistol rounds have been pretty good here at Devilwalk as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if they can convert pistols, especially on Nuke, if they get, for example, T-side pistol, their half is set. So, I mean, it's not all doom and gloom, but it's a little bit of a one-chance opportunity, and they have to take it.
Can they take it, Pimp? Do we think that's going to be possible for these guys?
The answer is no, but I would like to see it. I would absolutely love to see it. I'm also sitting here thinking, what would be the consequence if NIP were to lose? Like, where would that put this team? Obviously, still one more big tournament coming up in Cologne for them until we go into the summer break. But I think it's a known fact now. Even CTR kind of spoiled it that Device is not going to play for NIP anymore. There's simply not a way for him to come back into this lineup. So if you're looking at the NIP roster, Hampus is obviously going to rejoin it. CTR is going to go out. Do we really believe that the roster of Esatek, Klopsky, like are those two players that you want to bank on for the future for NIP as well? I'm not quite sure yet, right? So I'm also like trying to debate with myself right now. What could be the consequence of NIP losing this game? I'm sure they're going to tell themselves that this tournament doesn't matter and they weren't focused. They're lacking the in-game leader, but there's only so many tournaments you can go into and use the same excuse over and over again, where players underperform or where a team is underperforming. And given that we're going into a summer break, and given that I guess the Swedish team still have a couple of talents out there that you may want to bank your money on, or perhaps even getting a guy like Forrest, or Heap, or whoever's out there who's willing to play in a Nordic squad, you got to think to yourself that there must be a consequence if NIP is not winning. So I'm going to say NIP is winning here, but I kind of want to see them lose just to see what happens afterwards, just to see the consequences.
Just to see the world burn.
More bangers to throw at me.
Yeah, I just want to see the world burn. You know me, James. I just want to see the world burn.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you can't do other things but agree with Pimp in some way. Maybe not in the wanna see losing part, but the rest I do agree with him to some sense. I mean, they've been in this situation for such a long time. It has to end now. Like, they can't be relying on stand-ins every third event, and like it's not reliable. It's not plausible. It's not good for the players' mental, health or motivation. Going in and working these hours that pro players do when they prepare for a tournament, practice and come up with new stuff and make sure that it's well drilled. It's an incredible schedule, and to be able then to have to go back every time, have to redo everything that you've gone through in the last couple of months because someone is lacking behind, it's really annoying, to say the least.
It is really annoying, and also it's annoying not to know why we're still waiting for this. So I'm going to start a different conversation. Pimp, Devilwalk, discussion time. M4A1S, nerf or no nerf? Starting with you, Pimp.
Without a doubt, nerf.
Yes.
It's getting too much. I think combined with the nade dropping thing, we're seeing a CT meta right now that is quite dominant. I don't necessarily mind that, I don't necessarily mind that the game is favored for the CT side, but it's for the wrong reasons. I see countless of times in top professional games, and even when I'm playing myself, a silencer getting a kill that is simply impossible, to get unless you have the silencer. And my say has always been, that if a gun is elevating you as a player, so hear me out here, right? If you're an average player and you buy an M4A1S and you put yourself in a good position, and that gun will then elevate you to become a good player, that's not the way it's supposed to be. You are supposed to control something that's tough, like the M4A4. And if the gun is not elevating you, but you're elevating the gun, that's when you found the balance. And I think that's where we're at right now. I see so many goddamn noobs running around with the M4A1S and getting kills left, right, and center that they would in no goddamn world get if it weren't for the gun. And I'm tired of a gun elevating a bad player instead of a good player elevating a gun.
I completely agree with Jacob. I mean, I think it massive nerf, or massive nerf, maybe not. But I think that it needs to go into a little bit more specific. I think the buff was warranted. It was a really bad gun before, especially with the cost and everything. I think they did the right things. But I think they need to lower the distance of the automatic 4 bullets a kill, so that maybe on more like, you are, against, like, let's say you're seat event. Let's take Nuke now as an example, and they are running towards T event. I think that should be 4 bullets a kill. But I do not think you should be CT blue shooting 4 bullets on a guy T red and he should die by 4 bullets.
Yeah, I can see the distance side of things. Do we think
one more bullet, it makes a huge difference. Like, it makes a massive difference. I'm sure everyone remembers that. 96 in 4 M4AS close range. I think we've all been in that situation.
Oh yes.
And tilted a little bit.
Do we think about the money change needs to come in for it as well? Do you think like that's a balance as well, as it's just literally what you guys have said already?
That's a no-brainer, right? Right now, the best gun is the cheapest gun. Like, there's no incentive whatsoever to buy the M4A4. To be completely honest, it's just ridiculous.
Unless you're bit.
Unless you're bit, you know. So just changing the price of the gun. I don't think it's gonna change from people like going for the silencer. It's still too powerful of a gun that they're still gonna sacrifice a flash or save a little more or not buy the P250 in the eco round in order to get the silencer. But it would be a step in the right direction. I'm also looking towards the bullet, you know, instead of the 25, put it down to 20 again, like it was before, and try to twerk some of these, you know, smaller things you can do with a gun. It's getting quite annoying, but as I said, you know, let's get back to a game where a good player elevates a gun.
Well, let's get back to the game for real. It is time for us to go into Nuke, and this will decide if Naza can get their chance to eliminate Nip, or if Nip will be able to fight back and boost their way into the next games. We're back with Blair and Copter.
Yes, analysts, stop talk. Caster, start game, and that is exactly what they're going to be doing here. Thank you to Banks, and of course, there's two wonderful gentlemen. I could listen to Pimp and Devil Walk go at each other for hours, actually. But right now, we have the game of Counter-Strike to Caster Copter, and it is going to be the deciding map. The underdogs, the massive underdogs in the form of Naza, somehow taking us to map number 3, and what an opening from ZTR.
Yeah, that's the first kill coming NIP's way, but Naza's going to be getting away. They will run all the way to the secret, going to be trying to reach the B side. That might be the case, where he's going to be going for the side already, and he's going to be trying to welcome these guys when they will finally arrive. That's going to be one, that's going to be a second, and they will just fall apart. Meanwhile, Albert's going to be trying to trade that one. Ball's going to find one, but it's going to fall almost, but not completely in the end. He's going to find from midair. Prople taken down by Jet here, but what a shot on the mid. That is definitely maybe some of the aerobics tricks that I can't handle.
Yeah, a little bit of a smile on the face of Rez as well. He knew that was a bit of a messy fight. I respect Rez for going in for the knives, right? You've seen him so many times as well, the previous map too, where he was just going in for the style points. But a good shutdown nonetheless, all predicated off ZTR with a hell of a fadeaway shot towards outside. A fast play coming in from Naza though. But apart from that, those couple of kills, not really going to find anything much else. No bomb planted. Means no rifles out for Naza in this force buy. It's going to be the Deagles out, a scout in the hands of Al Mazer. ZTR, okay, M4A1 purchase for him. And looking to snipe away at these members. And just picking one by one. There's 2 easy kills already early on here for the side of Nip.
Yeah, just one player inside, 2 other who are still alive. At the yard, we'll see. I mean, NIP, they have a pretty stable stack just waiting for the action to start, and I don't know how Naza's going to be trying to solve that puzzle. That scout might be one of those keys, but it's going to be very hard to find all those shots. Pokemon's going to find one with a Deagle though, and that's going to be Prople's opening as well. Bronze, Easy Tax getting those kills, just Almarez with the scout remaining, 1 versus 3. Not going to be easy, finds one, not going to be able to connect the shot, and NIP gets the 2nd round in a row as well.
Yeah, they do lose a couple of players, but that's alright. We will have Naza going for what should be a full eco here. Might have a couple of upgraded pistols, but that should be it. ZTR having a fun old time here. They do lose one of the SMGs, but still, it's not going to put much of a dent in the economy here. We can see the full buy coming out. They're not going to opt to invest in any SMGs here. They're buying up for round number 4 already. Our NIP. For the side of Naza, you can see the few upgraded pistols, the Deagles, a couple of P250s, but absolutely no armor and no utility being bought behind the pistols. Still, one thing we've seen from these guys are they have the aim. They have the aim here.
Yeah, definitely one head is going to be spotted. Prople going to go down to 64. Not going to fall down as a whole. JetTR just, waiting when the guy's going to be more visible. Not going to be able to connect more, but yeah, definitely they know what the Naza's going to be up to. They have the same setup. 1 guy inside, 1 on the rooftop, 3 outside. And JetTR just, that M4, those bullets all the time, just keeping the guys honest. They can't really peek. They don't have the helmets. And Burrow's over down to 4 HP. Only easy tag with the FAMAS. Going to try to make sure that the guys will not pass all the way to secret. Brawler's going to be doing the job. There's going to be 2 falling down. And there's going to be definitely more available for the rest of the pack as well. as the just 3 guys remaining, and you know, they don't have the bomb. It's gonna be left outside as well, and the NIP, they're just holding the site, they're holding it, making sure that there's no aggression coming, but it's gonna be at least 1 deagle shot landing, and Jet TR, 1 player and 1 gun out of the situation.
Yeah, ZTR getting maybe a little too overeager there, but the rest of his teammates more than capable of shutting this one down. There we have it. Should be an easy round indeed. Brolan picking up a double kill, and that is going to be Nip off to a pretty solid start indeed. 3-0 for the Swedish side. And if you want skins, ladies and gentlemen, you can always go to CS.money, where you can pick up whatever fancy skins you like. Be the game changer. Update, upgrade, and enjoy. Yeehaw.
And once again, Naza, they need to be the game changers as we speak. They will get the guns. This is one of those rounds that's going to set the tone for the upcoming rounds of Naza. They have to show that they have what it takes with the guns. So if they're going to be able to penetrate inside, they're going to be going inside. They don't put the stack outside as they have done 3 rounds in a row. Popon's going to be still just lurking there on top of the rooftops, watching what is happening outside. But yeah, meanwhile, there's things happening inside as well. Bro's going to find the entry, as remind. Will be falling down. Boros has been taking a bit of a damage, but nothing that major.
Yeah, Brolan holding towards Quick, and ZTR with the FAMAS, not the most ideal of weapons, but he's got backup right behind him. Pokemon from above, looking to snipe away at ZTR's head with an AK-47. If he opts to be very brave, at ZTR down to 25 HP, will have to backpedal, and that's gonna give outside control to the side of Naza. They're going to run on out. Still a minute on the clock. A lot of time to work with him through utilities. Well, smoke again for Brolan, as his vision will be obscured. Thing is, the entries of Naza, they can't really go to secret because they still have no eyes what's going on down there. So they're going to be going for the double man walk up towards Heavens. But Plopsky, his crosshair, is trained on that position. Pro play though, can he crack it open is a question. They're going to come doubling in, and Plopsky able to find just 1. The trade will take place, but a jig is up. Pokemon dropping in from above, finding another kill. That was a 2v3. Man advantage slightly for NIP, however, but Pokemon could catch GTR, and ZTR rather. Indeed he will. Bomb planted, and now the 2v2.
Yeah, that's going to happen on the A side. So now NIP, they have to get the troops. They have the AWP. Rest is going to find Pokemon. So just Pro Play going to be the last man standing for the team, trying to make sure that the NIP tries to go all the way. Just squeak it off, changes the angle. Rez is going to be coming all the way from the A main. Pro Play finds the spray, but it's going to be Rez who's going to be faster and gets the kill and gets the round as well. So Naza, the first gun round is unfortunately not going to be successful. The diffusion is going to happen, and 4 rounds for NIP and Naza. Once again struggling with the money. They will get the lost bonus, but yeah, it's not going to be fine. Well, it's not going to be enough for a perfect buy. It's going to be fine for something, but is it going to be enough to challenge the NIP? That is the question.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good play overall coming in from Naza. They really didn't have too much map control. They only could make their way towards Heavens, but some good space and good trading coming out, but unfortunately not quite able to close out a 2v2. Despite Zeta getting caught out there, but buy still going to be reasonably solid. As you said, not a full-fledged buy. They would probably maybe want to be off in the hands of Almazer, but they're going to be using the smoke wall, but the massive gap there. And because of that gap, they know, NIP notice no one heading towards Secret. And even if they did head towards Secret, there is going to be ZTR lying in wait. Molotov is going to be pushing him back to a more passive position towards Secret. But pretty much a copy-paste kind of from the previous round. Brolan up close and personal. He's playing a dangerous game. He's by his lonesome.
Yeah, I mean, Naza, they saw some touches, but there we go. Bro's going to find first. Bro's going to trade that down. And there we go. The second one's going to fall down. Oh, Plopsky getting the second one on the board. Easy Tech getting the final kill. And NIP fast and clean. That's how you want to cut it. 5-0.
5-0. Great stuff there. Brolan caught out in the open. Still good for 1 kill. And I think Plopsky there from the rafters position. Honestly, he should have been traded immediately, but instead able to find 2 before S-Attack shuts it down with the off from the Heavens, delivering death towards the Naza members. It is going to be a light investment coming on this time around. A bit of a hero AK-47 from Prope. I don't know if that's the... could be a misspy, I'm not too sure. He's gone for the full out investment, but still, he will still have money to eke out a semi-decent buy come the next round. Right now, it's just about the pistols, Deagles, a Tech 9 in the hands of Remind. Smoke wall going to be deployed this time. No gap in the smoke.
Yeah, they will get inside. Jet here this time, he's not going to be hiding on the stairs, so he's going to be outside of the garage, and the guys will actually be able to go there. But Plops is going to be waiting just behind the corner, so these very narrow hallways, they might not be the place where you want to stack the people when you have so many angles coming all the way towards them. Pro player wants to boost. Rez is going to be hiding just behind that stairway, and Rez is going to be patiently waiting, not going to be showing anything, any signs of life. But Plops is going to be having that side angle, and they're going to have that double stack peak. Once again, going to be working up. Rez is going to be trading that though. So 4 versus 4. At least Naza's going to be advancing. They're going to toss the bomb. Rez is going to find Boros as well. So they have a slight advantage on the manpower, and they're definitely knowing that they're going to be trying to go all the way here. On the B side, Almazer also taken down, and now it's just so hard as EasyTech lands the shot as well.
Yeah, just getting shut down on all the choke points and rollout as well, not giving up that upper bomb site. Good hold coming out from NIP. 6-0 flawless stuff. And yeah, like if you're tired of boring skins, just go to hellk.se/get to buy and get a bonus for opening all those fancy cool cases. Get some fancy cool skins, because as we all know, skins equals wins.
Yeah, and the code is definitely right there on the screen. Get to buy, just like Blech laid it out. But yeah, just to make sure that you're not going to miss that one. And now we do have a little bit of waiting happening before the next round is going to start, because tactical pause, first of them, will be issued by, of course, Naza. The situation is not what they were hoping for. No rounds for them so far. And everything they try, it hasn't been just working out. They have been very persistently going all the way, trying to reach the secret, trying to reach the B side. I mean, they tried to go once to the A main, didn't work out. We haven't seen any of the pushes happening towards the ramp so far. So they got to change something, and now we'll know what they have changed.
Yeah, they had a full-fledged buy coming in here, right, for the side of Naza. Here's the thing, like, I think the desk painted a great picture that when it comes to a map like Nuke, you don't want to be playing, you know, like, especially when you're a pug team and you have multiple stands coming in. Nuke is a nightmare of a map, especially NiP are very comfortable playing on this map, despite the fact that they have a stand-in instead of Hampus. But here we go, let's see if Naza can play with the balls out, like Devilwalk said, you know, just play with aggression, just take your deals. But NIP are doing a very good job taking the more favorable deals, not really allowing Naza any 50-50 skirmishes. ZT up, adventurous, and Proper will fall, catching him off guard. S-Tag as well with the op. He's trained into the position, the whiff shot, but that should allow his teammates to maybe fall on back to help him out, but no, instead he's just going to be lobbing in a nade, fading away to the bottom of the bomb site. So ramp control rested by Naza, but at the cost of losing Pro Player towards the out-to-yard area.
Yeah, EasyTech just been so patient with that angle, almost like shout, like show yourself, and finally they will come. But yeah, they will actually get all the way to the ramps, and we'll see how the play's going to be played from here. Brolin holding the angle. Almazer still watching if there's going to be something happening at the A main. But now it's going to be starting to move towards the secret as well. But I mean, Naza, they haven't made a full commitment to any of the directions. They have guys all around. Boros spotting one, finds the kill as well from Jet GR. Going to make the whole situation 4 versus 4. Almazer just, you know, scouting the area, like almost scanning with a laser kind of thing with the scope. And there we go. Plop's going to find 2 at the same time, all the way behind the squeaky door. But they will stay on the other side.
Okay, Almazer just running in with the op, trying to find a no-scope, and I love this commitment. What a hole coming in for Broland, Rez, and Plopsky. They had every angle covered, they didn't get distracted. Not too sure on Almazer running in with the op to try and take that, clear the angle. But a great hole coming out from NIP. 7-0 right now, just looking very much like normalcy has kind of resumed in the server here. Like, look, listen, take nothing away from the fact that Naza have been still able to push NIP to map number 3. The Mirage game was absolutely an upset, but at the same time, when it came to Overpass and Nuke maps, which NIP are usually very, very comfortable on, they have looked clinical indeed, and right now they're showing why. The flashbang, able to blind the players to what's outside, but not quite able to confirm the kill, is Mr. ZT up. And for Naza, it's just a pistols, and Boros with the AK-47.
Yeah, I mean, they had a peek towards the radio room. We can see Rez waiting there. They're definitely going to try to creep all the way here through the smokes. There's going to be 4 of them. And Red's gonna spot one of them, gonna hide immediately all the way downstairs. Red's gonna be right there waiting. We'll find Boros, that's the opening kill. Actually, probably falling down just a little bit before Rodriguez has a chance for more, and there we go. One's gonna be collected as well, but Almers comes with the trade, but only Pokemon and Almazer remaining, and Brolin has the angle. We'll see the head of Pokemon. One guy's gonna be flying, and that's the plan. Denied, waits for the perfect opportunity, and now just Pokemon remaining. He wants to, of course, show what he's capable of. We'll find one, but still three to come. Finds the second. Can he make it all the way? 1 versus 2. Easy attack with AWP. Jet TR with M4, and Pokemon just playing these mind games. They know that he's going to be somewhere around there. He will find one more. There's going to be 1 versus 1, but no, it's going to be in the end Jet TR getting the final kill. But Pokemon, he can make it all the way to 1 versus 1. We'll lose that one, but definitely shows some amazing kills and a very stressful situation.
You can clearly see like the individual skill level is there on the side of Naza Esports. Just that, you know, Nuke, it requires so much more synergy, right? And so much more understanding of how your teammates want to play together. But good shots coming from Pokemon. Not expecting the final player to be there as well, but he still made that very, very doable there, coming down to 1v1. The problem is, despite it coming down to 1v1 at the very end there, NIP, they've just accrued so much money to work with, so a buy is going to be very, very easy for them. A full-fledged buy. Only thing missing here right now is probably the kitchen sink. For Naza, though, max loss bonus has kicked in a long time ago. And here we have the AKs and the AWP out the hands of the amazing Almazer. A journeyman in the scene, has been around the scene for a very, very long time indeed. Coming in here, playing with this motley crew. Already have surprised a lot of us, but on Nuke right now, not quite able to do much here against this NIP defense. Let's see Broland, the smoke coming in. Yeah, nice flashbang, and Almazer at least able to find Rez. That's a huge opening. Rez has been so massive thus far on the CD side, and with him getting taken down, can Naza capitalize on getting the opening frag?
Yeah, I mean, the problem has been that once they get to some of the destinations, there's going to be so many guys from the NIP holding that place. They're reading the play, they're moving the players, the rotations are working out, and now Naza, they have 40 seconds. They run almost out of time on the previous round, or the round before that. They didn't have time for the plant. They lost with the kills anyways, but yeah, they haven't been able to win a round, and they have been definitely struggling with the time a little bit as well. And now Remind is going to be able to breach all the way to the B side. Jet here has an idea that the guy's going to be hiding here, and there's going to be a molly going all the way. The plant has been down. Finally, Pokemon's going to be getting one very important kill. Pokemon has been identified, though. Jet TR watching that angle, but no, there we go. The shot's going to be landing straight on the head, and Jet TR falls. Brolin, easy tag. 2 versus 4. This is going to be the first round for Naza. That is very probable, but Brolin's going to find Remind. Can he find the second? But the bomb is going to go off most probably as well, as they will get the kill. And easy tag. He needs to withdraw from the angle. Going to be holding it all the way to the radio room. Almost gets the kill, and now he's just fighting from his life as the guys are coming from all the directions.
Yeah, he's just going to go for the save here. There's not a chance in hell. What a round there. Pokemon. 2 huge impact kills coming in. And even though Almazer falls, Naza finally getting one on board. Now, they need to at least string a few more together here to make it possible. Yeah, and for those of you, you know, you've heard of NFTs. You have heard of NFTs, right, Copter? But in case you haven't, you can always find out more about it by watching Take My Muffin. Boom.
Yeah. I have heard about it, and definitely Take My Muffin has been kind of like circulating on my head for the past 12 hours at least. So go and have a look.
That doesn't sound healthy, though, like, you know, thinking about an animated show for that long. But hey, you know what? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. As NIP, they lose a round, and they immediately call for the tactical timeout to talk things through. And, you know, if I'm DJL, he's like, all right, guys, it's fine. You lost in 1 round. You still have oodles of money to work with. Just go back to business and make sure that Naza don't get on that, you know, don't string a few rounds together and build that momentum, because that's one thing which we saw, right? Even in the Overpass, we had the mini comeback. It was based on the fact that they were able to string 2 or 3 rounds together. They got the momentum going for them. And look, when you're a puck team like this, you're going to be relying a lot on momentum, a lot on the individual just popping off and feeling confident. So they're worried about that, but quickly that worry has been taken care of. 2 players, that is ProPlay and Boros, getting dispatched. And Boros, though, some people might say he would be the best player in the server for the side of Naza. He's having a rough game here. Almazer trying to find the tiny window to sneak into Mini, but he will be shut down as well. And NIP immediately back to the winning ways.
They will just cut their wings right away. These guys, they are not gonna fly. That's the decision. But Pokemon, I mean, we have seen some amazing stuff from him, and Remind also, like great individual plays. So they are still hiding there. They have the bomb, but it's gonna be 1 minute on the clock. They have been spotted from the ramps, and Red's gonna be ready for it. There we go. First gonna fall down. Just Rewind anymore, staying there, and he's completely pinned down. There's gonna be also Brolin coming from the backside, finds the angle, and that's the end of it. So NIP, they will make sure that there's not going to be any kind of an uprising coming from Nazar's side.
Yeah, and it's also like super convincing as well. Just like losing, what, 50 points of health in total that round. So Naza, they find one hard-fought round based off the individuals popping off, and then immediately... This looked very discombobulated from Naza there. Like, you had they're out in the open, but then just great work from NIP isolating these kills, isolating the fights, and obviously, you know, you have them for A1, you have the right angle, you should be coming on the top most of the times. Second time I'm getting called here for Naza to talk things through, and there was a time in the series where we were all maybe, you know, starting to get into that, go down the rabbit hole and probably start to believe maybe we might see a crazy upset take place, but I gotta say, the final two maps, it's been like a splash of water on our faces. It's kind of like NIP showing up. We are still the favorites, and they're looking so dominant right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember the series X-Files back on the day, they had a poster, I want to believe. That's how I'm feeling right now.
That's a throwback show.
Yeah, but that's definitely how I'm feeling. I want to believe, but it's going to be very hard for me currently because Naza, they need to show the signs. We gotta have something to believe in, and now Naza, they have the guns, but it's gonna be 4 Galils, 1 AK. It's still gonna be doable. They have to show something, and they try to open up once again from the outside. We do have the NIP players. They have been waiting so many times when the guys are coming from the outside angle. One on the garage, you know, but at the secret right away. But Jet TR has been holding the same angle almost, you know, changing the place a little bit behind the containers, garage, secret, but has been dealing a lot of damage from that place. And Naza, they have to get some new tricks. Definitely, that's what they need.
Yeah, and right now, like the CTs from on the upper bomb side, they're not budging. And here it comes to the Molotov and a pop flash, double flashes. Roland's not going to be blinded at all whatsoever. An easy shutdown coming in. 3 quick kills. ZTR from outside able to help his teammates. There were 4 CTs there, 3 on the upper bomb side and 1 from garage. There was no smoke from Mini, meaning ZTR had an easy, like a clean angle inside of the, you know, in the direction of the T's coming out from Squeaky. So just a very convincing shutdown. And the flash is not really doing much at all towards an upper defense. So Naza really struggling to find anything on his T side. You can see Rez has been looking so grim throughout, but finally even he starts to crack a smile.
Yeah, double digit for NIP, 10-1, and we still have plenty of rounds in the first half. Jetio with that spray wants to make that happen, and the rain is going to be coming down from the sky as Plopsky and Jetio, they'll destroy 3 of the guys from Naza's side, just pro play, and Pokemon, of course, they're going to be saving with the pistols, so it's not a completely fair fight, but still, a kill is a kill. Always counts on the server, and the last man standing will be pro play, but not going to be standing anymore as Rez finds the kill as well. So that is suddenly just once on the scoreboard, 1-1-1.
Yeah, so it's looking real grim indeed in the Naza camp, but also for those of you looking to maybe upgrade your skins, there's always Hellcase. Again, head over to Hellcase. There's a giveaway going on there. We can you know, have some pretty fancy skins to wield. I personally have the AWP Boom stat track minimal wear. It is I got it in 2014, so it is about 8 years old, and I have 65,000 kills on it.
Oh, that's a lot. But I mean, does it have the code Get Dubai on it?
It doesn't have that exactly. So if you want if you want to have even fancier skins, you can just go to Hellcase and pick it up.
Yeah, but if I buy one, do I get 65,000 kills?
No, you need to own those. And more importantly, I didn't farm them in any like AFK servers. I actually got that by being an AWP abuser over 8 years. That also explains a lot of problems and a lot of issues that I have. Anyway, getting back to the server, Naza have a lot of issues as well. They are currently 1 against 11 Now, we all know the CD meta right now with the M4A1s and whatnot, but still, for Naza, they need to, at the very least, get at least 3 or 4 rounds with which to work with. Oh my lord, Almazer is being very, very brave indeed, but whiff shots everywhere, but ZTR will finally finish off the job. He's like, alright Esatag, I'll do it for you. Esatag finally will fall. Bit of a struggle city there for Esatag with the op, but right now still a 4v4 and Rez is still there. He's still deadly. The timing though, Boros is gonna check. Yes he is, finds Rez through the window, and it's a 4v3 advantage for Naza.
Yeah, that's definitely something. There we go. Another kill from Nazar's side of things. Braun's gonna fight the trade. It's gonna be 2 versus 3. So Nazar, they might have a chance to get the second kill on the board, but No Pop's gonna be completely disagreeing with that one. Boros, finally, the guy with the 2 kills, will be taken down. Actually, 3 of them on this round, so that's a lot of kills. But Rewind will drop down Plotski. The bomb's gonna be taken down, and just a Remind remaining. Let's see if Roland not gonna miss that shot. But Nazar, they will connect at the same time as well, and that's the trade. So Nazar, they will get the second point on the board. They're getting some, but I mean, it's not enough for now.
Yeah, it came down to the 1v1 as well. And a few whiff shots coming out from Esatag. Boros though, very, very heavy impact, 2k coming in from him. And in the end, Remind able to clutch it out. But it's coming down, again, it's coming down to the wire. It's coming down. The previous round, I mean, the first round they won earlier, that was much more convincing. This came down to the clutch. But at this point in time, if you're Nasser, it doesn't matter how you get in the rounds. As long as you have a few rounds to work with come the second half, they're going to be happy with it. Pro play looking for Esatag towards Garage. Actually, it's going to be ZTR there, and he's been a demon here. Smokes, however, going to isolate him by his lonesome. Roland getting wrapped around, but it is going to be Esatag to find one. Pokemon able to open up the bomb side with a couple of kills, but outside hit's been completely shut down. Remind though, spots ZTR. ZTR, there's no need for him to take this fight. 3v2 right now.
Yeah, that's the case. I mean, the position which ZTR is playing, it's very impactful. We have seen so many times in getting like 2 kills from that location when the guy's gonna be trying to go for the A main or trying to run through the secret. Every time he's there, and usually every time he's gonna be connecting those shots as well. I mean, NIP, they're definitely enjoying how they play right now. We're just gonna find Pokemon. I can see that the NIP, in a good way, they're a little bit loose right now. They enjoy, they want to take those risks, they want to go for the kills. They don't wait for it. They see that they have what it takes here. They know that they have the lead, and we can see that they're definitely like loosening up in a good way.
ZTR. I think he spotted Remind here, and Remind, his days are numbered. The question was who was going to find him first. Was it going to be Esatag from above, or the player coming in from behind an NIP? Yet another round added to their tally. 12-2, final round of the first half. And listen, even if Naza get it 3 rounds, I won't lie, it has been a masterclass of a defense coming out here from the NIP side.
Yeah, I mean, even though, yes, we still have 1 game on this half, but still, I mean, the pistol round is going to be so important for Nazar, whatever's going to happen on the last game of the first half. But yeah, let's see how it's going to go. They don't have the most optimal buy. Mac 10s, Galils, AK, maybe a very fast execution all the way to the ramps. As we can see, Rey's going to be holding it. Finds 1, doesn't get the second, going to be traded down. Esatag's going to be coming for the help with the AWP. Going to withdraw a little bit. We'll try to find the angle all the way on the downside of the ramp. So that's going to just fall down. We'll go head to the B side. Roll's going to be here right waiting. Finds 1. So that's going to be just Remind and Almazer just remaining in total with 50 HP. So that is not a lot. And they will not get the plant down. They just have to battle. They're going to be pinching a corner. And NIP, they're holding all the exits. The plan's going to try to happen, but it's not going to be possible. Remind completely alone, sitting on the middle. Just a matter of time when somebody will find that angle, tries to battle. Once finds 1, easy tag falls down, but the problem with the trade will take the round for NIP once again.
13-2. If that isn't a statement being made by NIP, then I don't know what is, right? Despite the loss they had at Mirage. Look, there's going to be a camp who are going to be like, even though they won even though they take the series 2-1, if they take the series 2-1, it's still a bit of a slap for them. The fact that they even lost a map against what is pretty much just a mixed pug team. But still, good recovery for NIP. Again, you know, apart from Mouse, they would be one of the teams who, despite the fact that they have stand-in, should be one of the favorites to at least make it to the grand final. So the fact that they are winning the final 2 maps in a pretty convincing fashion, I think, is overall a good sign for them. The fact that at least mentally they're able to bounce back. And I saw a few smiles being cracked by Nasser as well. Despite the fact they're losing right now, they're still having a little bit of fun, right? And I think that is so very important, right? Just soak it in, boys. Considering they are the biggest underdogs heading to this tournament, the fact that we have a map 3 coming in, it's been absolutely a pleasure indeed. But 13-2, NIP 3 away from closing this one out. Pokemon with the dualies! And finds nothing. Vendetta smiling somewhere, but Boros replies back. Oh, 3 really quick kills coming in from Boros, and probably from behind sniping away with the USP. Plopsky left alone and finished off, and Nacer, they win yet another pistol.
Yeah, I was really hoping to see those double Berettas getting the damage, but it was in the end, of course, Boros coming with the 3 huge kills exactly at the time when they needed that. So that is definitely one of the key factors winning the round. And of course, Ballplay coming with those 2 kills later on. They're going to be finishing up the job. But you can see the angles from here, just finding the heads, dropping them down one by one. He's going to be happy with that performance. Yes, they're going to be very much in trouble already, but still they are enjoying the game. They are playing the game. And NIP, of course, they have the momentum, but Nacer, I mean, they're not showing the signs that they're, completely devastated about the situation.
Yeah, I mean, we're 13-3 up. Yeah, you're still going to be very, very calm and composed. They've been in some of the situations in the past against much more tougher opposition. Boros, in a very rough spot there, but fortunately he will somehow find his escape. I don't know about that, Almazer. I do not know about that. He just runs out, swings out wide. No utility, no teammates, no one nearby. Getting a little too overeager, and considering he's probably one of the most... he is the most experienced player on this team, if you look at everyone else, right? Having played at like the high tiers of Counter-Strike, and that was just that's a yikes for me. And because of that, now it's a 3 versus... Never mind the 3v3. Oh, Pokemon with the MP9 clothesline 3 players, and it's all on Plopsky, Deagle in hand. He knows Pokemon's very, very low indeed, but Pokemon's just trying to pull off the great escape. And I don't even know how he's still alive. Finally, he will fall, and now it's a 1v2.
Yeah, big games coming from the players. Bro's gonna find one as well, and Nacer in the end they'll get the run. But I mean, at the very end, the big games are coming from multiple players on Nacer's side. We saw, of course, NIP getting some huge plays on the individual level on the previous side as well. Pokemon with that spray. I mean, still like goes for the last one. Yeah, he's gotta be hiding somewhere there. And I'm going to get him down. He's going to be so happy about it. So the guys are definitely smiling. 4 now on Nacer. NIP still sitting on 13. And the NIP got a save. They have the pistols. They have nothing. And Nacer, they have everything they need to shut them down.
Pokemon used MP9, and it is super effective indeed. And I promise you that will be my final Pokemon joke. That was only for James Banks. Pro play in the meantime, just sniping away. This is just the pistols. Okay, that is clean indeed. Rez and Roland left. The day should be numbered. And Roland, the final man standing, 1v5. Able to find 1, but able to find 2. You keep feeding the beast. He's going to claim all of you, but Almazer finally puts him down into the ground. They lose a couple of MP9s, but that's all right. But at least a pulse in the wrist of Nacer.
Even the beast has a price, and Nazar's going to be able to negotiate the right price for the head. And that's going to be the 5th round on the board. NIP losing the first 3 rounds on the T side. So Nacer, can they build a comeback? The next round, once again, is going to be the most crucial one. The gun round on the both sides. NIP getting the AKs. Can they keep the momentum which they had on the previous side? Nacer, can they hold it down? They have a chance, but I mean, they got to start building those points. Rez, got to go very carefully, just watching a little bit what's happening on the outside. I mean, the angle which ProPlay is holding is going to be very close. It's a completely different one which the JetTR is holding from the garage. But yeah, they got to guess that somebody might be hiding behind that box. Rez just watching for it. Maybe they saw that he was actually running all the way there. But the NIP just playing a little bit of time. They have the setup. They have the guys on the backside. They have them on the outside as well. Brolin, meanwhile, just flanking all the way on the backside. It's going to come all the way from Secret and finds ProPlay right next to the red box.
That is such a big mistake. Boros on top, holding a very, very brave angle. Gets punished for it. That just miscomms from Nacer, not realizing Brolans would have dropped on down. Free kill for him, and this should be the round here for the side of NIP. And if I'm Nacer, you save. You save. You don't even attempt to go for this retake. That's indeed what's going to be taking place. Almazer with the op, scurrying away towards CD spawn, but that's such a massive mistake there from Nacer, not realizing Roland had dropped on down, and simultaneous kills taking place as well. He finds a kill from Secret, and then at the same time Boros getting caught with his pants down, a missed shot, meaning his life is deemed forfeit. 14-5 now. Just 2 remains for the second side. Okay, that is beautifully done. The bait for Plopsky to decapitate Almeza.
Yeah, there was a bunny jumping on the scope, and then they will just find the kill from the angle below. Well, the bomb's gonna go off. NIP getting the 14th round. They're so close. 2 more rounds needed for NIP, and now they have the momentum. They will get the round finally on the T side as well. They will get a buy on the next one. They'll have the guns, and of course Naza. They still have some money remaining, but it's not going to be the perfect buy. They will have to struggle a little bit. So if NIP can use the moment, they do have a chance. And Naza, they will take the last available tactical pause. Fought for them. Guys are still happy. They are still smiling. They probably know that the end is near, but still, they are smiling.
Final tag timeout. They know they are against the ropes right now, and it's pretty much virtually no margin for error for the side of Naza Esports. They have fought hard indeed. Pim said it as well, you know, a 16-5 scoreline would be what everyone expects from them. But if they can make it a little bit closer, if they can get to 7, if they can make it to 8, if they can make Nip bleed at least a little bit on this map, they should be pretty happy with it. They should already be very proud with the fact that they've managed to take it this far here against NIP.
Yeah, I mean, they have taken a long run with NIP. Of course, winning the first one, like we said. I mean, the second game, Overpass, wasn't like a just cakewalk for NIP, to be honest. I mean, they were actually needed to fight a little bit, and Naza, they had a chance for the comeback there as well. So definitely they have made NIP play the best they can. NIP hasn't been able to chill, and well, of course, that's going to take them on the 3rd map. And now NIP, they want to close the deal. Jet TR is finding 1. Gonna be missing the shots though, so will not do the damage, not at all actually. And NIP, once again, they do have a guy hiding on the secret, just waiting for a while. What's going to be coming all the way from the stairs? Easy tech. We'll put the mollies. There we have more utilities coming all the way on the A side, so we'll see how the executors will be looking at. Roller's going to be finding some enemy. Rest going to be dropping him down. So NIP, they have the route all the way to the B side. It's going to be Boros who's going to be standing right there on the bottom side of the ramps. Going to find Rest. He's going to find Remind at the same time. 3 versus 4. Now he's going to be losing 1 more as Jet TR connects all the way to the smokes. Pokemon holding the angle on EC tag, has a glimpse of him, finds him down, and that's at least 1 player less who's going to be, of course, causing any resistance, but the bomb has been put on the ground, and it's B plant.
Yeah, and Almeza, he's trying to buy time for Pokemon to arrive, but even then, they don't have a kit, and right there, they realize this round's done. They know where 1 player is, but they have no idea where the other 2 are. So the post plants could be virtually anywhere. And Zeta's already on the hunt. This is so huge. Even if they try to save these 2 guns, he can just snatch it away from Naza. Oh, looking the wrong way, Pokemon.
So close, but still so far away. Now he has a chance, and there we go. Pokemon's gonna find him down, but still NIP gets the round 15-5. And now they only need 1 round to claim the place on the semi-final for tomorrow and face OG.
Yep, it comes down to this here for the side of Naza. It's not going to be easy. 10 rounds back-to-back needed from Pokemon and his merry men to somehow take us to OT, and I won't lie. Look, listen, I'm usually an optimistic guy, Copter, but this might be quite outside the realms of possibility here. Almeza with a solid with 1 of the A1s, and Pokemon just able to find Res. He's going to continue to push on ahead, switching to the AK-47, able to find another kill, but ZTR plops the answer back real quickly, and ZTR with a double kill, down to just 8 points of health. It's a 2 versus 2, and Plopsky roaming around the side, able to find 1 and the 2nd kill, and that is going to be in NIP. Pulling off the reverse sweep, despite a shocking loss to Mirage, they make Overpass and Nuke look so damn convincing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, NIP, they didn't show any signs of weakness anymore at Nuke. I guess they're also going to be also getting together better, but we can see Naza, they're still happy about the results. They're clapping. They, you know, some faces, yes, showing a little bit of disappointment. Still, I mean, they knew that the opponent's going to be a very tough one, and, you know, making it to the 3rd round, making it a proper fight. It wasn't like done in a 1 hour. It's actually a long game which we had here. So they need to be happy with the performance they showed. I mean, not everybody was expecting that they can make this far.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that, listen, everyone said this was going to be the guaranteed 2-0 coming to this, in the opening matchups here on day one, but they managed to take us all the way, all the distance to map number 3. I think both teams are going to be comparatively happy, right? Like if you're talking about Nasser, the fact they took the first map, they individually showcased that they at least have the chops to hang with some of the best out there. I think it's going to be a great sign, for the likes of obviously Boros. A lot of people know about him. Pokemon now. Quite a few people probably know who he is as well, right? Like he's been around the South Asian scene for a very long time, playing from Pakistan, playing a lot of Asian minors over the past 4 or 5 years. For NIP, though, despite losing Mirage, they're able to bounce back convincingly. That is a good sign, because we saw the desk mention how when it comes to the favorites in this tournament, one has to be Mouse Sports, the other one has to be NIP.
That is true. And you said, I mean, maybe some people know Pokemon, and if they didn't, at least now they do. I mean, Pokemon, definitely the name's going to be in the lips of many people. So many amazing players coming on the last game and all the matches, actually. I think, like, so many rounds won by him as well. But it's going to be late. I mean, if you want to have some coffee still, you know where to get it. It's going to be from Tim Hortons. But I think it's going to be, for me at least, to get some sleep, and maybe I'll leave the coffee for the morning.
I mean, you have an early flight, and you know what the best thing to do for an early flight is. Just grab a Tim Hortons. If you don't have Tim Hortons, we'll just find one, right? Anyway, that's it from us here from the casting side of things. We're going to have a very short break, and then we have the desk. This is for James and the boys to break everything down.
Guys, there's no break. It's the end of the day, Blair. God, you've had too much caffeine. You just fast forward and Ryan, you probably want more games. I definitely don't want any more games today. It's been 4 best of 3s, and we got a nice fast one out the way at the end. Nip coming through hot on Nuke. It looked very good from start to finish. I'd say a small fight at the beginning of the CT side coming out from Naza there. Like Blair was saying, Pokemon, he delivered. He showed he can really fight and get away with some madness for sure. But this is what we wanted to see from the NIP side, right, Devil?
No, absolutely. I mean, honestly, even with this performance, it's still a little bit disappointing that they couldn't show up straight away, because going into a best of 3 against a better team, you're going to be way more punished than against a Nasser. Obviously good signs, like Blair pointed out, that they can bounce back, and they did a really good overpass and a really solid Nuke. So but it's still worrying signs that you get beat one map from a position like Nasser. Not to disrespect them at all, because they did play a great game.
Yeah, that's the sentiment of this game, isn't it, right? NIP getting off to a slow start, letting the Mirage game slip out of their hands. We cannot forget they were also leading 10-5 on Mirage, right? And
yeah,
with a little bit more finesse, they would have closed that out as well, and we wouldn't have any, doubts. We wouldn't have any questions towards NIP. So I agree, not a good look to lose Mirage, but all things considered, the way and the fashion they won Overpass in, the way and the fashion they won Nuke in, that's more like the NIP we expected, and hopefully the NIP we're going to see tomorrow, because the opposition is only going to get tougher from here. All due respect to Naza, they put up as good as a fight as they could in this game, but tomorrow it's going to be much tougher for NIP, and with all due respect to Naza as well, it's probably good that it's ending right here. We got to see, as you said, something from Pokemon. I think we got to see Boros play as well, and then we got to see a team have a good time, and for me that's a good thing.
You just said it's probably good it's ending right here. It's never good when they're exiting the tournament, mate. It's never fun.
Yeah.
But also, you can still get his point a little bit.
It's one of those things where I also want to see a good semi-final tomorrow. I want to see a competitive semi-final tomorrow. And with all due respect to Naza, they don't have that level yet. I think it's a learning experience from them, and I'm definitely looking forward to see more Pokemon. But with all due respect, they're not a team that is good enough to be in the semi-final of this tournament. So let's be honest.
We are being honest, but you know how you could have worded that? The best team won. No, you didn't have to say
that's
probably best that they won. It's so deep, man. It's so hard. So, on the Naza side of things, though, right? You are a team that came together like in a sporadic way, multiple different ways of trying to get yourself together. No rating, no past maps. You're fleeing some players who've got some bit of tiny experience behind them, some who have got some notable future aspirations for sure. And I'd say overall, you got a map off NIP, that's pretty huge. And then you showed us that, like, okay, you're not quite ready there for it overall. The good thing I'm going to say about this one, and we just saw it just then, Brolan at the top, finally giving us something there. Rez and ZTR, the fact that ZTR kept that going as well is also huge. So this was a very positive sign for NIP. Now I just want to see them go through the rest of it and go to the final like they should be doing,
No, absolutely. I mean, I think they are doing still quite okay, considering, especially CTR. You have to props him,
massively,
like you did. Like it's not easy. It is not easy stepping into a team like this and delivering in the way that he did. I mean, a 138 rating with 65 frags in total, plus 17, 88.5 ADR.
Wow.
He was the best performing player of NIP throughout the series.
Oh, great.
Brought down on the second place, and obviously the MVP of this map, as you see here on your screen. But yeah, I just hope we can get a strong starting NIP tomorrow, and not relaxed thinking they should win, but being in that kind of fighter mode that you need to be in as a team, and yeah, just showing them the potential they have, even though they have that stand-in.
Well, here are our games for tomorrow, guys. We've got Movistar taking on Mouse in the opening best of 3 at 15:30, and then we will go on to OG taking on NIP at 1900. Just 2 best of 3s. I will be able to stay fully alive. I will have all the energy, and maybe I would have kicked my jet lag. Like the players actually flew over, because Movistar, Mouse, they were out in Dallas as well. They definitely probably got hit by some of that jet lag for sure, and that will come into affect them just that little bit. But all in all, we got the semi-finals we expected. All the favorites did win. But guys, I'm going to ask you to start with Devil, because you're not here tomorrow. Who is winning this tournament based on what you saw today?
I think Mousesports, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been converted. I saw, I caught a little bit of the game while I was having a break, and I thought they looked pretty solid. I didn't see that massive mistakes like I did maybe in a lot of the rounds that NIP was playing here, and I also think they had a bit of a tougher opponent, if we're gonna be completely honest. So, good signs for Mouse.
Pimp, what about you? Who are you feeling for the win all the way? Are you going to stick on the Mouse train? Are you going to go to Nip? Have you been convinced? Have you been converted?
Yeah, no, I'm still gonna start with Mouse to be one of the favorites. But to be honest, I could see OG beat NIP tomorrow. I could see OG, coming in this tournament. They looked somewhat okay against Complexity today. I know the first map they ended up losing was not too pretty, but the next 2 was very convincing. 16-8, 16-11, not giving Complexity any chance whatsoever. I think the OG lineup is very interesting with Neofred coming in as well. He's a great player and a guy that I look forward to watch more. And with the way NIP played today, there's definitely a possibility for OG. It's hard to argue that they're the favorites in that matchup, but just to not say the same as Devil Walk, I think OG's going to end up winning.
I stole yours.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Pimp? You have to side with a major winner anyway, because you don't have any by your belt. And with that news, we're going to keep it moving. Devil Walk has the last laugh and wins. Tim continues to be terrible, and we'll be back tomorrow. See you then. Pokemon.
Mastodons of Counter-Strike global offensive scene will flash, flank, and push each other under the scorching sun at GET Dubai 2022. 8 top teams will face off in a fierce battle for a chunk of an astonishing prize pool of $250,000. The GET Dubai 2022 tournament is held as a part of the EMG 2022 festival. So grab your tickets for a full live experience at the Dubai World Trade Center Arena. All matches will be played according to single elimination format. Every second counts. The contestants will engage in a sharp skirmish on June 9th, 10th, and 11th. Gear up, we are going in. GET Dubai 2022.
Rigid tenacity, pure skill, and solid resolve. Ready, set, get.
Yep. Sleep well, mate. Catch you later.